Hello and welcome to Candlekeep Mysteries. Today we're going to be doing what I'd like to refer to as the director's cut of A Deep and Creeping Darkness. If you have the book and you have read the amazing campaign, you'll see that ours maybe diverges a little bit from what's going on. But that's okay, and I hope that you enjoy what we're doing here. I'm your DM. My name is Kathleen, and let's meet our players and have them introduce our characters. Cameron, who are you playing today?
I am playing Crane, who is a human cleric of Ogma. Crane has a question, and he got uppity about it, and now he is doing penance for what he estimates about 6 years.
Excellent. It sounds terrible. Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey, going to be playing Tobister Greystone of the Waterdeep Greystones. He's a level 4 Tabaxi sorcerer and wants to cause some fires.
And I'm Matt Griffiths, and I will be playing Zenachu Irons, daughter of several daughters of Minty Irons, a previous character, a half-halfling, half-orc, warlock of the 4th level, and I have a business proposition for you.
Excellent. We'll get to that. But first, Andy.
I'm back playing Terry Fizzlewit, level 5 Rock Gnome Wizard, who has been recently restored from his shameful status as Junior Adjutant of Mediocre Standing and restored to Junior Adjutant of Adequate Standing. Woo! Yeah!
That's quite an achievement. And in fact, you've been racking up the achievements, Terry. Things have been going your way. And our session today opens with Terry and Tobister and Crane enjoying a drink in the Hearth, which is sort of the bar, pub, hangout, common area, social space of Candlekeep. And you're all sitting at a table, and why might you be in here, and how do you have all this money for all of these drinks anyhow?
I kind of assumed that after the events of the Shemshine's bedtime rhyme, we were each given a 50 silver gift card to Hearth by Varnier, who ran the Firefly basement, as kind of a thank you.
Yeah. In fact, that's exactly what happened. You got a 50 silver Hearth. You get 50% off booking a private room if you ever want to book a private room. And Varnier said she'd get you an invite to the staff party, which you have heard, pardon the Candlekeep pun, is lit. So
I think Crane is probably here just being like, my eyes, it's so bright. Because he's been in the Firefly dungeon for weeks, possibly.
Would you describe him at this point as pallid?
Yeah, maybe translucent.
How soggy is he all the time?
So, he has not had anything he would describe as crisp in weeks. It's just dank. It's just so dank.
Yeah.
Gets right into your bones. That's cellar dank. Well,
Tobister?
Terry is...
Oh,
no,
go ahead.
no,
Sorry.
Please, Tobister.
Oh, yeah. Tobister, what have you been up to since the cellar incident?
Well, I've been avoiding spending any time with the Lady Franchibel, who is still here on her business. I think you get to stay a 10-day before having to leave, which would be nice. And then you can't even come back for another month. But it doesn't really matter if our stipend runs out, because I budgeted for Waterdeep prices when I was planning my trip, and so I may have overestimated the price of the cheap local ale made by the kind monks here.
So have you switched to the good stuff then? Because you can afford it.
There's good stuff?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Keeper!
Terry, how are you doing?
Terry is on top of the world. Terry has got a pint the size of his own head, and he is leaning back very far in his chair, just going, I never really appreciated what I had. Just knowing that my foot is solidly in the door here it's the best feeling. It's the best feeling. Oh, guess what? I've got to do, and he puts his pint down. And he picks it back up. I've got to do a system. I think hit me in the shower this morning, just like that. Liz, all that stuff about the death of the author is stupid idea. Who is? No. This is what we do. We have. And he leans over to Tobister and Tobister, and he says, "You don't know this. You might not know this. At Candlekeep, we have a system for organizing books in terms of how flammable they are, and we do this to make sure parts of the library are safer or more protected. And we do this by a certain system of degrees. It's called its Bradbury number. Now, most people think that a book will ignite at Bradbury 451. This is dirty lies. That's not true. That's not even the average. No, actually, it spans books, all kinds of books. Books at chitin, books at stone, books just written on the wind. Oh, it's great. So I've been organizing books, but not just by Bradbury number, but my micro Bradbury number. So even if we have 6 copies of the books, I put them in the order at which they will, this one is slightly more able to catch on fire, and this way we conserve knowledge for all time. For all time.
Terry, you're describing a fuse. You're describing a fuse. If you order them in ascending order of flammability, you're describing a fuse.
Oh, no. Oh,
No, I think you'd want to do it the other way, so that it starts very quick, very hot, and then just continues on.
Oh, wait, but why? Wait a second.
So while you guys are trying to solve this flammability problem with, I would say, the application of several flammable liquids to your bodies, in fact, Varnier comes by and says, "Hey, Terry, glad to see you're using that gift card. Thanks again. Very, Varnier loves you. She owes you a big favor, and she appreciates you intensely right now. And she says, your boss wants to see you. Can you head over to his office? Crane, and you, talented Tabaxi, go with him. That's something weird."
Oh, of course.
Well,
Okay.
Of course.
if they need a talented Tabaxi.
So, yeah, come on, everybody. I'll show you. Puts his pipe down and picks it back up. And downs it. Just necks it. Which is not good for him, and he does not feel good afterwards. But come on, Randy's my friend now. I call him Randy now. He's my friend. Come on.
All right, so you make your way to Randall Keith's office. He is, of course, your direct supervisor, and he's not that high up on the totem pole, so his office is not. It's small. It's quite small, but it's tidy and neat, and it's always, sort of like well kept and clean. And you can see that he's got a set of barbells in the corner, and there's a small bronze trophy, like a plaque mounted to the wall. And there's a bookcase that normally sort of holds, his personal effects and stuff, but it's now half empty. And there's a bunch of boxes that are being in the process of becoming filled with books, but they're very neatly stacked around the bookcase. Would you want to investigate the room or anything like that?
How shiny is this plaque? Can I see myself in it?
You absolutely can. It's been well maintained and oiled.
Yes.
What's it for? Can we see what the award was for?
Yes, it is. He took first place in the Candlekeep Squats for Tots charity fundraiser.
Sturdy.
Admirable.
So you're in there. And after you guys come in, you can see Randy. He's sitting behind his desk and he's got some paperwork and stuff. And he goes, "Oh, excellent. Come in. Perfect." And then he gets up from behind his desk, leans down the hall and says, "You with I'm ready for you now. Come in." And he points at Zenachu. So Zenachu, you want to make your way into the office?
Yeah, as Zenachu passes the threshold of the doorway, she has her hands go from her sides all the way up very lovingly and just goes back with her hands through her hair. And while she does that, she casts poison spray, but very, very, 5% strength, and just makes herself smell very faintly of the perfume of, is that wolfsbane? That must be something like wolfsbane. And just says, "Oh, hello. Who are all these people that have gathered here today? Pleasure, everyone, pleasure."
Hold on. So, okay. Hold on. There's a lot of magical wards on Candlekeep, so I'm not sure if that will... Okay, you can't fly into... Okay, I think the magical ward just prevents you from getting into there.
Okay.
But there is a rule that you can't damage or otherwise modify any works within Candlekeep. So could you make me, I don't know, just a general spellcasting check for control over that poison spray to make sure you don't accidentally miss some of Randall's books and records that he keeps in his office?
Okay, I assume that's charisma because I am a charisma caster?
Sure.
All right. Let's roll that. Ooh, that would be a 17.
All right. Well, your poison spray just mists you, and doesn't get on any of the books, which is probably good.
It's just like I've walked through the perfume aisle, but not didn't get drenched by it.
Are you trying to be stealthy about this, about the actual casting?
Yeah, it's just I'm doing the lovely motion, flipping my hair back, and just giving myself a light mist.
All right. Okay. So there's 2 chairs in this office, and Crane, Tobister, and Terry, you just got here and none of you are sitting. Zenachu, what are you going to do?
Take a seat.
Take a seat. Excellent. And is any of the 3 of you going to try to take a seat?
I've been seated for the last 3 weeks. I keep asking for a standing desk, and they keep saying they don't know what that is.
Tobister's got his mouth open to get a better sense of the smell, this bizarre new smell that has entered the room.
Oh yeah.
And he would like to stand wherever he can within the room that is farthest away.
So you definitely know it's wolfsbane.
So maybe I don't know, maybe he just creeps around the edge of the room. Maybe I ended up standing behind Randall Keith. Just
doing kind of the cat thing where you're trying to be cool, but you don't realize that you're actually flat against the wall.
And again, his face is doing a very
an
stupid
orange
thing right now.
Fully wrinkled back in grimace. Yeah.
Terry has not been offered a seat yet, and so, but now realizing that he is back on the clock, he casts a modified version of the prestidigitation spell and cleans his own blood, and just filters the alcohol out of his system, sobers up real quick. It's very uncomfortable. It hurts a lot. It goes, hello, Mr. Keith. Very, very good to be here. Maya, I love what you've done with the office.
Yeah. Hey, Terry. What's that smell? Weird. Do you smell that? He says to Tobister behind him.
It's all I can do.
Cool. His Randall Keith's office, as I said, is not very big and it's not very nice. It's got a little tiny slit window, so he's gonna crank the roller and get that open. He goes, anyhow, Terry, I've got two things of great news to share with you.
Oh,
I'm getting promoted.
Oh, congratulations! That's marvelous.
Yeah, I've gotten promoted. I'm going to be a medium reader in the kinesiology department. And I really wanted to say thank you so much. I think all the amazing stuff you've been doing here at my behest is what got me this promotion, Terry. And I want to make sure you're taken care of even after I'm gone, because I just feel like you're wasted in the stacks. Like, the organizing is like clearly not your forte. What I think you need to be doing is going out and doing more of these adventures and more of these things, and like getting into danger and like uncovering things, because I think that's just like where you really shine, man.
Oh, you think so?
Oh, absolutely. I put it in your personnel file to make sure that carried on to your new boss as well.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Keith. I appreciate you looking out for me like that.
Yeah.
Where do you keep that file? Out of curiosity.
Oh, it's over in Minox's office. Anyhow, I also, in that vein, I have a job for you, the Terry who could only do it, and Crane, and you, because I was just going to ask for Crane, but Varnier said that there's a Tabaxi hanging out who seems to be good at doing things. So, so we've got a strange book that's been donated to Candlekeep, and I need someone to look into it. It's called A Deep and Creeping Darkness, and it's an eyewitness account of something very weird that's happened in the town of Vermilion. Are you guys familiar with Vermilion?
Should we roll a history check?
Yeah, sure. Roll me like whatever local knowledge check.
Purple, red, or just purple?
Zenachu has only heard the name of the town, doesn't know the context of the town.
22.
22. All right, Crane, you know that it is a, like, on local maps, this is the smallest of the dots. Mm-hmm. It is like a blip, and it's about 3 hours away, you think, but it's way in the mountains.
So it's kind of like Chetwynd.
Oh, it's even smaller than Chetwynd.
Okay.
I would say this is a tiny hamlet of like, 50 people or something like that. Anyhow, Randall Keith says, yeah, it's like, according to this book that we just got in, the whole town has disappeared and no one's heard anything from them in a year. And it's really unusual because there's a platinum mine in the town and the mine's completely shut down and there's no more platinum, which is a real problem. Terry, could you make me a knowledge of working at Candlekeep check?
Oh, absolutely. That's a 19 plus a whole bunch. That's like a 19 plus 6.
When you get promoted to the rank of reader, you're supposed to get a tiny platinum pinky ring.
Oh.
And Randall does not have a tiny platinum pinky ring.
We're gonna have to fix that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you. Well, Terry says that's horrible. And I suppose you want a team of upstanding adventurers to go and check it out, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think I can solve your problem too, because he turns to Zenachu. It's like, I know that you have like a business proposition for me, but I can't sign any contracts because that would be like my replacements thing. And she's starting in less than a week and I don't feel comfortable doing that to her. But if you can help out Terry, because you seem to be some sort of powerful magic user, I'll put in a good word for you as well.
Oh, thank you. Of course I'll help these people. They all seem very trustworthy and capable individuals.
You wouldn't know it to look at Terry, but that's surprisingly accurate.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. A backhanded compliment is still a compliment, Terry. It's still a compliment.
All right, so he hands you a book. It's called A Deep and Creeping Darkness. Would you like to? I don't know. You're done. You can leave Randy's office. He's going to keep doing his work, and you've got the book. What do you want to do?
Excellent. Well, shall we take a look at the book? Shall we investigate the book, team?
Oh, of course.
Sure.
Okay.
We've been thrown out of the office.
He's got another meeting.
Okay, yeah. Sure. Let's find someplace where we can look at the book.
Back to the bar!
To the bar!
Are we allowed to bring... Actually, wait, no, this book isn't in the stacks yet.
It's not in the stack, so it can leave the office, essentially.
Okay.
It's a freshly donated book.
All right, sure.
So the bar?
I will order one of their, hot edible charcuterie boards that we are not calling a pizza.
Perfect. This one is topped with local mushroom and a sort of a hard, nutty cheese.
Oh, nice.
There's some green bits that have been put on top, some herbs.
So Zenachu orders 2 tall iced teas from the bar, like fully non-alcoholic or anything, but extra sugar for both of them, and walks over to Terry with one of them and pulls out of, I guess, under her coat or whatever, 2 of the brews that her dad had, pops them both open, dunks them both in the iced tea, and hands one of those to Terry and mentions, "Oh, Terry, my father, Minty, he had the warmest regards for you, so he told me to give you a cold one on him."
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you very much. And Terry just picks it up and puts it under the table because he's now working. But I appreciate that so much. Please give Minty all my love. And he says, what happened to Pearl again?
Pearl, our family dog?
Oh, is that how you're thinking of it? Oh, good. But that's far away now, is it? It's very far away in some place not around here?
I mean, last time I saw Pearl, well, we were saying goodbye to her. Especially my father was very broken up about that. So, but it was hard, especially on some of the younger members of our family, like Fafina and Assyria.
Mm-hmm. I understand. That's very sad.
Yeah.
Thank you for relating that. And just somewhere in the back of his brain, there's a small party happening. Just knowing that is, no one knows where that thing is now, or maybe that was a euphemism for it dying. I can't tell. Either way, it's out of Terry's hair. So let's look at the book.
All right. So this is called Deep and Creeping Darkness, and it is written by a journalist named Swumbo McTavish.
I'm writing that name down.
And it came into the stacks. You can see that the received date is like 2 days ago.
Oh.
So this is very fresh to Candlekeep. And I don't think that you need to make an investigate book to read a book, considering that's like literally what 2 of you do for a living. So I'm going to say that you notice 2 things about this book. One, that that it's written with really dramatic and flowery language. And 2, it's hard to tell if this is 100% truth. But if it is, it's weird and disturbing.
Oh, I really do appreciate the purple prose in this account here. It really matches what you're wearing there. How do you get your purple so dark, Terry, so lush?
Oh, I keep it in a dark closet.
Oh, yeah.
And it seeps in. That's not a lot of people know that.
Oh, okay.
It's true. But thank you for asking.
All right. There's also, I've written the opening passages because, of course, I have. In the heart of the mountains lies a mystery. A mysterious mystery that, upon attempt to unravel it, only deepens with more mystery. A small town, seemingly abandoned, a prosperous mine now collapsed, and a vociferous advocate fallen silent. What happened to the rural idyll of Vermilion? The brave author of this work, one Swumbo McTavish, has risked life and limb to compile these first-hand accounts of interviews of people who were there. ... So.
Okay. It's a write-up for a local newspaper, it sounds like, for a new release of a book.
Yeah, I'm sorry for the info dump, but I'm just gonna say, so if you flip through it, here's what you're gonna learn. 2 years ago, there was a collapse in the town's platinum mine, and several miners were killed. And after that, people who had been in the collapse but had not died in it started disappearing from the village. And this scared the heck out of people. So people started to leave, but not everyone did. Rumors spread that the town had somehow become cursed, and merchants and traders stopped coming by so often. And then, people stopped trading entirely, and the miners had to come down the mountain. And the mayor, who is this lady named Lay Duzvin, she tried to convince people to stay. She tried to get help from, nearby towns and stuff like that, but they didn't really have the money to hire adventurers because the mine had been collapsed. And then eventually the carts of, the people who had been left there stopped bringing platinum back down the mountain, and no one's heard from the town in a year.
So that Randy man, he wanted us to visit the town that no one else wants to visit anymore? Is that what he wants us to do?
Maybe he wants us to hire adventurers to go look into this.
It sounded like we were the adventurers.
I've got 10 silver left on my gift card. I can throw that in. Oh. I'll add another week to my penance.
You could probably pay some time off of your penance by doing it yourself,
I am doing it myself. That's why it's going to take a week.
Yeah. I believe you are muted, Terry.
Hello. Yes. Well, I think it's usually when dealing with Randall Keith, I think it's easier just to get. It's like a Band-Aid. If we can just get this done really quick, it's going to be. And then we have a contact in the kinesiology department, which is that's something. There's a lot of status in that. So that's if we're ever in a bind, we can call in some favors, which is good. Tobister, what are your thoughts?
Oh, I was thinking of getting the anchovy charcuterie board.
Mm-hmm.
And is kinesiology a magical field? Is that one of your wizard names?
Yeah, they're the people that study how people sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Seems appropriate for Mr. Randall Keith.
Yeah, he's a sweaty guy. Yeah.
I noticed, yes.
How far away is this Vermilion? How long is the trip? I have nothing else to do.
Good question. How far?
Well, it's according to Randall, he said it was about 3 hours.
Oh, easy. We can go there, come back by the end of day. Make an expedition of it.
We can write our own account there and back again.
Mm-hmm. Now, Terry's fairly into this because now that he's got his promotion back, he's looking for a new purpose in his life, and so there's a bit of him that's going, well, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Who knows? Yeah, I'm up for it. Crane, what do you think?
I was gonna order the Arabeth charcuterie board. It's just like tomatoes and like some soft cheese and some herbs. Okay.
Good for traveling with.
Okay, let's go.
So you can get there. You can, in fact, hire a carriage to take you up there, but it's too late in the day. And the guy who drives the carriage is going to tell you he'll take you up there first thing tomorrow, because the road's a bit rough and he doesn't want to travel in the dark. So you can spend your evening however you like, or we can skip to the next morning when you're taken off on this carriage.
Terry is going that evening is just going to slip by Monoxa's office just briefly and says, Monoxa, hi, how are you?
Oh, hi, Terry. How's it going?
Oh, it's good. And he points at his badge. Look, adequate. I'm adequate.
Oh, Terry, you're more than adequate to me. Would you like a Werther's?
I would love a Werther's, thank you. And he takes that and he puts it in his bag that is just chock full of Werther's he has not eaten from a little dish. And he says, Monoxa, by the way, did you notice that Randall Keith had submitted a file to be given to his successor that may have had my name on it somewhere?
Oh yeah, he did leave a bunch of stuff out for her. Yeah, he made updates to lots of the employee files. Why do you ask?
Well, I just like to take a gander at mine just to make sure, height and weight and allergies, just to make sure that's all accurate.
Oh, I'm not supposed to let people look at the confidential files, right? Like, because they do have people's height and weight and allergies and next of kin and stuff like that. But I suppose if it's your file, it's probably fine. All right, so.
Oh, thank you very much.
She hands you the file.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. See, I was allergic to cats, not anymore. I'll just correct that. And he rubs out or does some magic whiteout and makes a correction to whatever said this person should be adventuring and should be out of the stacks. He puts it like should in the stacks. Please, head of organizing, very reliable. Yes, please treat nicely. And he's thank you so much, Monoxa. All now up to date, all in order. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye, Terry. See you later.
Bye.
There's an open mic night at the Hearth. She sort of calls out as you leave.
Oh, fantastic. Are you doing your stand-up again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to miss that.
Oh, good. I got a lot of jokes about being middle-aged. That's when a woman's sex drive kicks into overdrive.
That's what I hear. And then he realized what he just said. Oh, well, good. Good to know.
I didn't know you'd come to my sets before. Ho ho.
Oh yeah, well, I've always appreciated your sense of humor, and I'll be sure to I'll check the notice board and make sure to be there next time you're up.
I'm very serious. Click as you leave. Anybody else want to do some stuff before tomorrow morning?
Well, I've decided that Tobister hits up the open mic night every night at the Hearth.
Fantastic.
Singing.
Oh, nice.
It's singing tonight.
Yeah, he can't really sing like Tom Waits, but he gives it a go.
Roll me a charisma check.
And it's time.
9.
You know what? The crowd here is surprisingly drunk, and
Are you sure it's surprising?
no, this is the kind of night that breeds heavy drinking to encourage courage. And this is you're not great. I'm not gonna lie to you, but you're at least average compared to most everyone else here. So
a little drop of poison.
The guy on the bass, the guy who's playing the bass, is like into it though, and he's like, "Good request." Yeah. And so he's given his all, and it's really raised the game on everything.
Yeah. If you're doing that, I definitely want to also go up and do some of that. I guess karaoke. This basically is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's karaoke night.
I'm gonna roll charisma, and Zenachu is going to attempt to do a Stevie Nicks single of some sort.
Dreams, maybe.
Probably.
Dreams,
What?
probably.
Oh, 27.
27. It's like if people had any idea who Stevie Nicks was in the D&D universe, they would swear she was in there singing that song.
They're all pointing and going like, wow, that's a real witchy woman right there.
Yeah. Luckily, Tobister, you did not have to go after Zenachu. But after you're done, I'm
Lovely
gonna say,
voice, but the smell.
You don't like Wolfsbane, huh?
Somebody in the back is yelling, "Landslide!"
It's great, but after that, there's an awkward silence because nobody else wants to take the stage, so the band has to start like filling in with just like instrumental music for a while for everybody to get drunk again.
Yeah.
They're just walking up and down a blues scale.
Yeah, yeah. One guy's like, "Look, I've got this band I really like. They're called King Zykor and the War Boar, and their songs are real long. That'll kill some time, blang to blang to blang. So, everybody has a great time.
Yeah.
And it's early the next morning, and you're getting into your carriage, and you explain to the driver where you want to go, and then you show him on a map where you want to go, because he's got to double check because it's been a long time since he took you up there. And Randall Key said this was about a 3-hour journey, but this road is really bad. There is it's a mountain road. It's very windy, obviously, but it looks really poorly maintained. Like nobody came and like tidied it up after the spring thaws. There's weeds on it, and it's not wide enough to pass anyone. So like there's occasional pullouts that have been carved into the side of this road, but thankfully you don't see anybody else coming. It's not great, but you know. It takes about 5.5 hours to get to the top because the guy driving the cart's like, ooh, and he's taking it real slow because he's not familiar with the road. And you finally get there, and you're outside of a village. Paul, can we see our village map? All right, so this is the town of Vermilion, but it is not much of a town anymore. It is, in fact, mostly sort of overrun, and there's tall grass everywhere. And the village is eerily quiet. Plants and wildlife appear to have overtaken the houses. And you can see that there's vines that are starting to climb up the walls, and there's like lots of birds around, and the grass hasn't been cut, and you know, stuff. And it's overcast and cold up here because it's way high up in the mountains, and it's much less warm and sunny than it was in Candlekeep. And it's quiet, but there's lots of like birds and ravens and insects buzzing and stuff like that. But there's no like people sounds.
Only nature sounds.
Correct.
Oh, you go.
Would it have been possible for Crane to read the rest of the book on the way up?
Oh, absolutely. You would have had plenty of time. It's a thin tome.
Okay, cool. Crane has motion sickness.
It's great because Tobister's hungover.
Don't read while in a moving vehicle. That's something I learned, but Crane doesn't seem like he did.
So I'll just cast... Wait, does resistance actually help? It might.
Is this poison damage you're resisting?
Let's just say I cast resistance and it passes after a little while. Maybe it's just psychosomatic.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did the book have to say about what caused the disappearance?
Well, the book has unfortunately been wildly unhelpful there because it's pretty clear from reading it that there is 0 first-person accounts, that the person who wrote this book did not come to this village. But he's talked to several people who basically left afterwards, and everybody just says the same thing, that I lived in Vermilion, the mine collapsed, it was a really bad accident, and then the people who didn't die in the mine collapse started disappearing in the night, and they would just like, it was like they had dropped everything and gone, and then other people who weren't connected to the mine collapse started disappearing, and that's when basically everybody cleared out. There's only a few people who stayed. One of them was the mayor, because she was like, no, we can fix this. It was just, you know, with people that scared and with that many people, you know, with so many people who had died in the mine collapse, there was no way to get the mine running again, and you know, it was just going downhill.
And nobody has tried to open up the mine again. Like a platinum mine it's worth a lot of platinum. I don't know how else to structure that sentence. They were mining cash here.
You mentioned there's wildlife. Are there any that Zenachu can get the attention of?
What do you mean get the attention of? Like, what are you trying to do here?
Like, are they, I guess, within eye shot and earshot?
Are you trying to, like, reach out to them and read their mind or something?
No, just Zenachu can at will speak with animals.
Ah, okay.
So.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to say there's like a couple crows that you can see, you know, like if you spent any time looking at trees, you'd see squirrels. You know, if you, there's probably deer around here, you know, there's lots of animals.
Okay. She's just going to ask them, because I think specifically speak with animals is like, they can remember stuff that's happened roughly in the last day. So she's just going to ask like, oh, where have you seen any people like us? Anyone who looks like us or around our size. And as she's speaking to everyone else, it sounds awful. It sounds like bad, a bit like abyssal almost in tone.
You're gonna get an answer back from a crow, and it's gonna go, ah, no people, no people, only darkness.
Huh. And do you know where that darkness is?
The darkness is everywhere. At night, at day, shadows, darkness is a part of nature. I don't think the crow understands. I don't think the crow is not gonna give you more description than that.
Okay. Do the squirrels have at least one more point in intelligence comparatively?
No.
No. Okay.
If you ask every animal that you can see, none of them will report seeing a person anytime recently.
Okay. All right. And she just turns to everyone like, no survivors. Very unfortunate. Do we know where the mine is here, or City Hall, perhaps? Maybe there's some records there.
This town's not really big enough to have a city hall. Like most of the empty buildings here, like this is it. This is the entirety of the town. There's houses and, like there's a blacksmith shop, where they'd make like blacksmiths, but also like probably some jewelry, kind of spoiling it a bit. There's a stonemasons workshop.
Is there a church?
No. It's not really that big. Let's see. The closest thing to a city hall is there'd be the mayor's house. So that's number V3 on here. To be a little bit to sort of streamline things. You've got some options here on the map. Maybe Paul could make it bigger if you guys want to see it even more. V1 you're gonna find is the blacksmith shop. V2 is the stonemasons workshop. V3 is the mayor's house. That's that big building. V4 is this tree that's in the center of town. V5 is the graveyard. And there's some other stuff that you can investigate. So you can see there's another thing up there. You can see like it looks like a cart that's just sort of parked in the middle of the road. And then up to the right is the mine.
All right. Well,
So our cart guy stuck around, right? Like we don't have to walk back?
Yeah, he's parked down the hill.
Okay.
He's got a book. He's on contract. So
I left him one of Minty's brews as a little treat while he's waiting.
he says thanks, but I can't drink on the job.
Are the noted structures all intact?
Yeah, they are mostly intact. They clearly, there's like a couple panes of glass look like they've been broken, like where they might have shattered over a cold winter.
Right.
And there's some. It's more overgrown than wrecked.
Okay, because it's looking like if it's late in the day, we might have to overnight here.
Well, yeah, we're gonna say it's like noon.
Okay.
1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we'll say.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's daylight, but it's not like super bright. It's overcast and kind of cloudy and cold today.
Okay.
Okay.
And
nice weather.
did Zenachu communicate to us that the crow was saying, no, it's just very dark here?
Yeah, probably would have made an allusion to the title of the book.
Okay. I go looking for evidence of that, actually.
All right. Are you guys all going to go together, or are you guys going to split up and look around?
Probably together. Zenachu is not a tank. She's rather noodle-armed.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Terry, Terry, turns off his motorcycle and he sees the blacksmith shop that's perhaps in ruin with some broken windows, and sees some something that could be jewelry in a display case in the shadows, and goes, I'm just gonna make a little errand run If anyone wants to come with, that's fun. But I'm going to go in there.
Oh, sure, I'll join you.
Tobister and Crane, do you guys want to join them?
Sure. Why not? Let's stick together. I can search for magical darkness in the blacksmith shop as easily as anywhere else.
I
Right.
wanted to go off by myself and look at the tree.
All right. Well,
Good tree.
so you guys are all going to enter the village, and you're going to start to feel uneasy. You're going to feel not like shook, right? You're not like, ugh. But it's like,
Bad vibes.
yeah, it's creepy here. It's real creepy, right? It doesn't help that there's lots of crows hanging out, and it looks like things have been abandoned in a hurry. Think Chernobyl.
Okay.
Right.
Zenachu specifically is not creeped out because she can understand what the crows are saying, and they're mostly idiots. So, like, when you're surrounded by idiots, you can't really be creeped out that much.
All right. Okay, let's see. So everybody is going to go to V1, which we're going to say is the blacksmith shop, and you can tell there because it's got a blacksmith's hammer outside. And it's hanging crookedly though, because it looks like one of the rings has worn with the wind and stuff like that, and it's worn through the wood of the sign, so it's sort of dangling, and a breeze picks up, and it creaks and hangs and goes. And as you enter the door, the sign goes clunk and falls to the ground outside the door behind you.
Ominous.
So it's very dusty in here. There's a forge that's sitting dormant in the back corner, and then there's an anvil and an empty quenching trough beside it. And then there's some workbenches with tools, and there's a counter, and there's no jewelry or anything left out. It looks like give me an investigate roll.
Sure. It's only an 8 for Terry.
That's a 9 for Crane.
12.
12. All right. Wow. I mean, you don't really find anything, but you can see that there's like a business card that's been left out that says Tormund and Blennis, and it said there's a little like handwritten sign on the door that says that they have moved to Mayrin.
Mayrin, a local.
It's another town. It's a bigger town further away.
All right.
Okay.
Well, shoot.
No audio logs sitting around?
No.
I assume while we're doing this, Tobister has gone to the tree.
Yeah, Tobister, you're over at the tree. So there's a tree, and even though it's summertime, this tree is dead. It is a bare tree. You see, make me an investigate check.
4.
All right. You don't see anything, but you feel a bit cold as a cold breeze rips by you and sort of flutters your cloak.
Maybe I should go inside.
Where do you want to go inside to?
The big house
The big house.
at V3,
Perfect.
the mayor's house.
The house actually looks incredibly inviting. The house is very inviting, and as you go up to the house, it's almost like you can hear something on the wind, like maybe some talking, maybe not. It's hard to say.
Is the door open?
No,
Knock at the door.
nothing happens.
Open the door.
It is sort of very stiff and creaky, and it's like it hasn't been oiled in a while. It's like, and you can kind of make me a strength check.
1.
Ooh.
It's not a
You
natural
cannot-
one.
You cannot get this door open. You can move it about an inch, but these are huge, heavy wooden double doors that would keep out mountain cold, and the hinges appear to have rusted shut.
Well, I give up. Time to go just hang out by the cool tree and kick some rocks.
Perfect. As you make me a perception check as you look at the tree.
7.
7.
Oh my god.
You think you see a shadow hanging from the tree,
What is this?
but then you look again and it's not there.
Oh, it was nothing.
All right, back to the rest of our party. Where are you guys going now?
Terry's Terry's very disappointed because what he thought was jewelry in the window was actually some loose chain link that had been in the corner. He went, well, yeah, dang, sorry, folks. I thought this was something. I don't know if it is anything.
Well, we can continue our search of the Stonemasons.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so the front door of the Stonemasons' home and masonry office are actually open, and the remains of the door is lying several feet away and covered in long grass. There's a bunch of blank headstones that are piled up in the front of the house. Like, clearly, like, this is just like, you know, it's not ominous. Doesn't mean there's berries there. It's like literally like these are to be carved. You know, they're here now. They're just waiting, essentially.
Memento mori.
Not even. It's just stuff.
Yeah. It's stock.
Yeah. But it's a big stack of headstones. But one of them is engraved very flowerily, it's got like some intricate engraving and stuff like that. And it says, Tyrus Frosthair Stonemason, inquire at back, knock loud if you hear chipping. So do you want to head around back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. At the back of the house, a covered work area holds more blank headstones and slabs of granite and marble. And there's a bunch of rusted carving tools that are just like sitting out on a workbench. And a hammer and chisel are lying on the ground beside a half-finished headstone that reads, Adeline Green, may you all...
May you all?
It says, may you ALW.
Madeline Green?
May
Adeline?
you
Yeah.
always.
Adeline Green.
Adeline Green.
I wonder what we could do. I've got detect thoughts, but I think that's only like 30 feet in front of me. I don't. Yeah. Shoot. I don't know. Shall we regroup with Tobister, see if he's got anything?
Everybody who's in the Stonemason shop, make me a perception check.
Okay.
14.
15.
That is a 11.
11. All right. Terry, you're unsettled. It's weird. Crane,
Mm-hmm.
you're sitting, there's a workbench, and you think you see something at like the back of the yard where there's like a sort of a tarp that's covering a bunch of stone to protect it from the water and the rain and stuff. And Zenacha. Zenachu, I'm so sorry. Zenachu, I think that you see something as well moving out of the corner of your eye, but you see it coming from inside the Stonemason's house, which is the opposite direction that Crane sees it.
Zenachu will look inside.
All right. Crane, Terry, what do you guys do?
I get distracted by what I saw and I go looking for what I saw.
All right, excellent. Who wants to go see what they saw first?
Me.
All right. Crane, it's a big pile of rocks. And make me another investigate check.
17.
17. You definitely, for a fraction of a second, see a flickering tendril. And you hear a whisper. and it says logarithms.
No.
Zenachu, you go inside, and it's black inside. And even though it's pretty overcast outside, it's very hard to see. But you, make me another investigate check.
All right, I will. Is this messing with my dark vision?
Oh, you have dark vision.
Yeah.
You know what? Then in that case, you can see fine. So just make me another investigate check.
That'd be a 13 from what I rolled.
13. You pass your eyes over it, and you very, very quickly, as you're just sort of scanning around, you're like, all right, dustpan, broom, corpse of my father, abandoned butter churn. Wait a minute, what? Nothing.
That's not exactly what I came here to see. All right.
Terry, you're now alone.
Yes, and Terry is. This place is starting to get to him a bit, and he wraps his purple cloak a little tighter around himself, and he turns. In the movie of this, he turns to see Crane, the Crane's back as he's standing in front of these tarp-covered stones, and he says, "Is Crane? Is everything all right over there?"
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't want to do logarithms, do you?
No. No, I don't.
Silence.
I cast light.
There is everything that is around you in darkness is now well illuminated, even though it's outdoors, and the light shines in all of the cracks. And make me another perception check.
19.
You definitely see something go as the light hits it. Just a darkness. Doesn't have a shape. It's not like it's just a wisp of haze. It's like a darkness retreating in a way that's not normal darkness being filled in with light.
I cast Detect Magic.
You don't find any magic.
Okay. Interesting. Spoopy.
I make my way over to the big tree where our cat friend is hanging out, having a good time kicking rocks.
Tobister, you've been happily kicking rocks this whole time.
I cast Gust to blow some of the misty poison powder away.
All right.
That's not a constant thing. It's just to make an entrance, you know?
I'm going to say that happens, and the wind picks up, and there's a big gust of wind, and as it picks up, you see that there's something laying in the grass kind of far away from you, sort of around, like, sort of to, like, you know where V5 and V6 are on the map?
Yes.
Sort of in the grass between you and that area.
Okay. What's this? And I go look at it.
All right. So up ahead, there's a cart. And in the grass, what you have uncovered with your gust of wind is the remains of a horse. And make me both of you make me any kind of knowing animals and
Nature?
the natural world check.
Animal handling plus 5 is 18.
All right.
Knowledge
What'd you get?
nature is 11.
11. Tobister, this horse has been dead for a long time. Like it's but not like a long time.
Yeah.
Zenachu, you know it's been dead for about a year.
Okay.
Behold the dead horse.
They beat it too hard.
How
Must
long
have been a
ago?
workhorse.
But this city was, or this town was abandoned years ago. I'm not there.
No, about a year ago.
Was it only a year ago? Oh, okay.
It was only a
okay.
year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, the collapse happened 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And it limped along for a year. I guess we're on our way to the graveyard, so
Might as well
Tobister.
look at V6 first.
Oh, yes.
All right. So there is a cart, and it's there. It looks like it's been here for about a year. The weather is starting to take it out of it, but like these things are meant to withstand weather, so you know it could. If you spend a couple days, you could probably fix it up and get it going again. But it just needs some TLC. But it looks like it's had a hard year of being snowed on and rained on. And make me an investigate check, both of you.
Investigation.
10.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. One, you're gonna see. Let's see. You're gonna while you're looking around, you're gonna lift up the driver's seat,
Yeah.
and there's a secret compartment in there, and it's contains 15 gold pieces.
Zenachu will take those, but not mention them.
There's also some very old and very ratty looking dried meats that I would not recommend anyone eat because they've been sitting out there for a year. There's some wine in a cask, in a skin, which is probably still going to be fine. And let's see. And there's some fabric that's only a little bit moth-eaten.
She'll pull out the fabric and the wine and offer them both to Tobister.
No, thank you. I do not need your abandoned wares. Actually, there is something you could help me with.
Sure.
There's a bit of a sticky door
Oh,
over here at the big house. I figure, where else are things going to be happening if not the big house?
oh, of course, of course.
At least
Make-
it'll get us out of this wind.
Yes. And yeah, we make our way over, assuming Gust is still happening.
Oh, it's instant. It just happens once.
Oh,
It's a cantrip.
Well, at the time, because you blew at Zenachu, it was just gorgeous hair flip.
Yeah. You can use it to make your clothes ruffle and things like that.
Yeah. But yeah, we stand in front of the door if we make our way over there, DM.
Yeah, make me a perception check as you go across the door.
Well,
Or as you go over to the house.
yeah. Perception, where's that?
7.
7.
19.
All right, Tobister, it's just like this low-key bad vibes. This whole place, it sucks. It's like
This place does suck.
even you get the impression that even when people did live here, it wasn't that great.
I do get that impression.
But Zenachu, when you look at the house, you see black something black. Looks like it's spreading out from the top window. But then you look again and it's not there.
So the door is right here, and it's just a little rusty from disuse, I believe.
As Zenachu's just like staring up at the window, she just puts her hand forward, thaumaturgies the door open to a slam.
How does thaumaturgy work? Refresh that for me.
It is at will, one action. I do small miracles. One of it is any unlocked doors or windows I can just open.
Oh, all right, perfect. Then it's not locked. It's merely rusted shut. It's gonna flip open, and it's going to let out an awful, screaming, moaning creak when it does it, because this is just like rusted metal on rusted metal. It screeches.
Yeah.
It's like the door screams as you open it. Could you guys make me a perception check to listen to that scream?
Natural
Oh.
1.
24.
Ooh.
Natural 20.
Nat
All right.
20 with a +3.
So did I get 2 nat 20s?
Yeah.
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 What did you get, Terry?
I got a just 12.
Just a 12. Well, okay. Well, Terry, you hear it. You hear an almighty awful groan because it's pretty quiet here.
Sure.
Tobister, you also hear an almighty awful groan, and it's just so loud, and because Tabaxi have, you know, cat hearing, it sort of just overwhelms your senses, and all you hear is this horrible noise.
All of my hair is standing on end.
Yeah.
Ears flat back.
You do the curl that cats do.
It's like a Ghibli movie, and your fur ruffles, and it starts at the beginning and it goes up to the top.
Yeah.
Or just
Right.
like Red Dwarf.
Crane,
Mm-hmm.
you hear this noise from really far away, and it sounds like a scream.
I
But
come
it doesn't.
running.
It doesn't sound like a metal scream. It sounds like the scream of a person. It's a person screaming at a metal scream. And
I bolt. I come running for it. I assume something terrible has happened.
Terry follows
Zanachu,
after.
because you also got a nat 20.
Yeah.
So you hear this door grind open,
Like,
and it sounds like teeth, and it sounds like bones breaking, and it sounds like it beckons to you.
Okay, I just made a personal roll and rolled high, so I'm going to say that Zenachu maintained composure instead of being like, ugh, bad vibes there, and will take the bait, but won't be like out of sorts taking the bait.
You feel an energy that welcomes you into the house. It almost pulls you inside.
Okay. And she enters the house.
And you can just it's not audible, but you can hear it, and it just says, welcome, come in.
Huh. Dextera, is that you? Dextera is the fiend that she pacted with.
Oh, it's not her.
Okay.
This is unlike Dextera. So I'm gonna say all y'all come running, and you get to the door at about the same time, and you can see Zenachu walk in. And Tobister and Crane and Terry, are you gonna follow her?
yeah, I assume that like anyone I can't see has been grievously injured or something. Right? That noise was not normal. I have no idea what it was, but Crane is like, clearly something terrible has happened.
All right. Well, you're in the entryway. You look around. Here's the box text that I read for you. Dust covers everything in this hallway. Not like lots of dust, but it's just like a thin film of dust. There's light coming in through the windows because the curtains haven't been drawn down here. So, the room is not like unilluminated because it's daytime. It's the middle of the day, but it's not like brightly illuminated because there's no lamps or anything like that. And so in the back corners of the room, it's quite dark, and behind furniture is quite dark and stuff like that. There are cloaks that are hanging from the hooks on the left-hand wall, and to the left and right, there's hallways that branch off. Actually, Paul, can we get the level 1 map up of this house, actually? We'll get a more useful map for everyone.
I thought there'd be levels to the mine, but there's levels to this big house.
All right, so could you guys see that on the overlay now? Perfect. All right, so and then so you enter, you're in sort of H1, I suppose, and so you can see that there's sort of hallways to the left and to the right that are going to take you to other rooms, and then there's this big staircase, and you can see that there's a chandelier above it there's cobwebs and spider webs and stuff like that that are drifting, and you can see the dust drifting in the light. Zenachu, where are you going?
Well, where would the voice have sounded like it was coming from?
Oh, it's you can't quite place it, but because it's not an audible thing that you can hear, like it's not said out loud, it's something that's just you just know it's telling you this. And you think it might be coming from above you, but it's hard to tell.
Okay. As a matter of etiquette, she's not immediately going to go upstairs until other people have joined her. So she'll do what every shopper does when they enter a grocery store and immediately go to the right and go to H5.
You can feel that this wasn't the right way to go when you go to H5, but you still go there. And in H5, this is a parlor. It's empty. obviously. There's some light that's coming in through the windows. It's dusty, the same as everything else. There's wing-back chairs that are along the left-hand wall, and then there's a desk in the right-hand corner, and then there's a fireplace, so the fireplace is obviously off. And there's... make me a perception check.
Ooh. At least I have a +3 to it. 19.
There's mice that are living in the fireplace.
Do they have anything interesting to say?
They're surprised to see someone in here. Some of these mice have never seen a human before. In fact, I'm going to say, given the lifespan of a mouse, they've never seen a human before, so they're not necessarily afraid of you, but they don't know what you are.
I'll ask them about the darkness. If they've seen it out of the corner of their eye, if they've heard a voice.
Oh, and they say it's dark everywhere here. There's always darkness.
More of the same. Okay. Is everyone else within the building now?
Yeah, let's say you guys are in H. We gotta say the rest of you guys are in the parlor.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the you're in the parlor. Whatever. Who cares? What rooms do you want to go to?
I'd probably come just like storming in through the door, like with my light spell on my shield.
Oh, are you gonna cast light?
Well, it stays lit for an hour.
Oh,
Hey.
okay. As you come in, then it's like, all sorts of stuff, lights happening, and then you just make me a perception check.
10.
It's almost like you come in, you suddenly illuminate things, and you illuminate things, but you are much more uneasy than you were. I would say you were medium weirded out in the village and in the Stonemasons' house, and it's like a tone that's ringing in your mind.
I look up at the chandelier, and I don't know, maybe I need no, I'm 6'2". I'm enormous. I always forget Crane is like as big as it's possible for a human to be.
Yeah.
And just like boop the chandelier and cast light on that as well.
Oh, the chandelier tinkles and rustles as you hit it, and dust falls off in it, and the light lights up, and light fills the room. And Zenachu, the mice are gonna get a little bit scared by the light. They're gonna scurry away because mice are, creatures of darkness, essentially.
Fair.
And that tone in your head is gonna be like, "Ah!" It doesn't like that, what you've done.
I only talked to the mice. Are they your friends?
Tobister and Terry, you're in here. You don't feel so hot, we'll say. Don't like it. What do you guys want to do?
Terry is going to do what I still myself feel like doing even at the age of 34, which is call for an adult. And Terry is going, assuming this is the mayor's house, is going to call, Lay Doosvin? Is this Lay Doosvin's house? Are you home?
There is no answer. But in your mind, you know that she no longer lives here. Something has put that idea in your head.
Oh. And Terry looks to Tobister and says, "Tobister, are you filled with dread as I am?"
Indeed, especially after that horrendous noise the door made.
What say you we investigate this house as quickly as possible and then get out of here?
Hey, Tobister, could you make me a perception check?
8.
8. There's something shiny that you see out of the corner of your eye in room H3.
Oh, what's this? I think I see something.
All right. So are you going to walk in there by yourself?
Yep.
All right, perfect. As you make me a perception check when you enter the room.
Okay. 7.
7. There's a painting on the wall, and you look at it, and it's Lady Franchabelle for a split second. And she doesn't look happy. She looks scared. But then you look at it again, and it's a dark-skinned woman. And she's dressed in a cream-colored frock, and she's got a green cravat at her throat, and her hair's up. And she's wearing platinum earrings, platinum and diamond earrings, and her hands are folded on her lap. And you can see that she's wearing a signet ring, a huge platinum signet ring that's inscribed with a snowdrop blossom.
Interesting. Is the portrait labeled?
It is not. Presumably you don't label your own portrait in your own house.
That makes sense. It's always labeled in fiction. It's the Honorable so-and-so. That you would know who that is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess there are portraits of the Queen that say the Queen.
Yeah, it's not part of the frame. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Anything else in the room?
There's something that... There is something in the room, and it's sort of hiding in the back corner, but you know something's there.
Hey, Terry.
Yes?
Come have a look at this.
Sounds good. Terry doesn't like being alone, or I can't remember where Crane went, but he follows after Tobister.
Crane's
right.
in H1.
Oh, okay.
This back corner of the room. It's the very far sort of bottom left corner of H3, and Crane's light spell does not reach in here. In this corner of the room.
I have dark vision.
All right. It's
Okay.
but there's something.
Little
All
dancing
right.
lights.
Dancing lights. Something skitters.
That's probably not what we're looking for. Anyways, shall we check more rooms?
You hear a whisper in your ear, and you hear, "He died because of you."
Who's that? Did you say something, Terry?
No, I didn't say anything at all.
I heard a voice.
Oh.
He died because of you.
Who died?
I don't know.
Is someone dead?
You see in your mind a troll. He's been killed on the road outside Candlekeep.
To
And you see
be fair, he was very violent.
You see yourself standing over him, even though you could not have seen this. And you see a darkness standing beside you in your mind's eye. It says, "It felt good, didn't it?"
Yes. Yes. I was very impressed.
About what? And Terry does not. I assume Terry doesn't hear this voice, or does he?
No.
Okay, yeah. He says, "What was it? What was impressive?" And he's getting more freaked out because everyone else is getting freaked out and talking to things that aren't there.
Yeah, Terry, you don't hear. You hear in your head when you say what was impressive. Mm-hmm. You hear another voice saying nothing was impressive. Nothing was good. Nothing is useful. Nothing that you have done has really been worthwhile, has it? And you are drawn upstairs. And Tobister, you are drawn upstairs. And Zenachu, you know that whatever was telling you to come in and wanted you to come in was coming from above you.
Yes.
Crane, you don't hear or see anything of this. You are blissfully alone while this is happening.
I am going to cast another spell. I will cast Detect Evil and Good, which will alert me to the presence of aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 30 feet.
It's just going to happen?
Yes. If you know that there's you will know if there's a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. It can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood and dirt.
All right. I'm going to say that, this house is full of stone and metal and wood and dirt and stuff like that. So I'm going to say that around you, you can tell that there is nothing around you, but, you can feel above you there is something that is not good. It is not evil. It is fey.
And because Crane's in H1, right?
Yes, Crane is still under the chandelier.
Okay. As Zenachu is passing by Crane to go up the stairs and thanks him for the light spell, and I assume that's when Crane is casting Good and Evil, you just kind of get some bad vibes off of Zenachu a little bit. Nothing strong, just like kind of bad vibes. And then Zenachu goes upstairs.
All right, Zenachu, you go upstairs, and can we get our upstairs? All right, can we get our upstairs map?
Crane would just be like, "Oh, I don't know about going up there alone."
All right, so you get upstairs here at the top of the landing, and what do you want to do?
Well, was there a particular corner of the building that this voice seemed to be up towards?
Yeah, it seemed to be up towards... What do I have on my notes here? 1 second. Make me a perception check as you get upstairs.
Perception? God, I'm rolling well for perception. 21.
So if you're standing in H6 and looking down, you can see that there's something in, we'll say, room H8 that is beckoning to you. And as you look, you think you see a thick, beautiful carpet of like rich, dark moss that is spreading out along the floor from and along the walls, forming sort of an archway from this doorway. But then you look again and it's not there.
That definitely is not Thextera. I'm sure Thextera could take them, though. And she heads in towards H8.
All right.
She's not pausing, but if anyone wants to like chase
I would
after
probably
her,
follow her up the stairs.
Okay.
Are you all gonna try to follow Zenachu up the stairs?
Yeah, probably, because we would have come out of the room chatting. It was like, I killed a troll all by myself. And see everyone else heading upstairs, see Crane running after Zenachu, and then it's like, yeah, that's where we have to go.
So you're all running. We'll say you're all running up the stairs. Zenachu's already up the stairs. She's heading towards this bedroom. Everybody, make me a perception check as you walk up the stairs.
5 for Terry.
8.
13.
13. Tobister, the banister is a thick black snake.
Yeah!
And it's just a banister.
Whew.
But it felt cold and alive underneath your paw when you put it on there.
Did it do the muscle wave that a snake does?
Sure, it was however you want to interpret suddenly feeling a snake, a living snake instead of a banister.
Terry, do you think there are any illusions or magics being done here?
I mean, I hope so, because otherwise this is really freaky. And I should be able to make some sort of check about this. I'm a divination wizard. I should have something for this.
What about, give me, art knowledge, arcana? We'll say you guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Okay, sounds good. I'll do an arcana check, and I'll say, I think you're right, because the voice that is saying that I'm not accomplishing to society and isn't worth anything, it's not the usual voice it is inside. It's a different, distinct voice. So I'm going to roll that. And that is only a 7. Actually, that is a critical fail. That's a 1. So I guess I don't add on to that.
It's a fey energy. It's not, something that Zenachu would recognize. It's certainly not good. It's wild. And it's clever. And it really wants you to come see it.
Terry says as much. This seems like some Fey wild magic stuff, which I'm a little unfamiliar with. But it something really wants us up there.
All right. So you walk up the stairs. Are you going to follow Zenachu? Are you going to look around? Are you going to stop her? And you get up the stairs. You can see that she's walking on a carpet of moss. And it's thick. It's like ankle deep. And there's little like tendrils that stick out with little tiny white flowers. And it's thick and it's black. It's impossibly black, and no light escapes from it. But then when Crane comes up and his light spell follows him on his shield, it's like you can see, you don't even need to make a perception check for this. The moss is like, and it's gone, and it's carpet and it's floor again. And it's like almost like it retreated. It wasn't just like it vanished. It slid out of there like a lizard.
Okay, well, we got something to fight back with, that's for sure.
Is there another light fixture here, like another chandelier, or?
There's no chandelier, but there's a lot of oil lamps, but they're all dried out and empty.
I mean, it looks like there's chairs in a nearby room. You could just drag one of those to the middle of the room and cast light on it.
I bash out one of the windows if they're shuttered.
There is a shuttered window right at the top of the stairs, and more light comes in, and you feel even more retreat. And that tone you've been hearing gets a little like higher pitched, like a whistle almost. Something inside you tells you to put your shield away.
Shan't.
But it seems like such a good idea, Cameron. Make me a wisdom save.
Ooh, I actually have an inspiration die.
All right.
So I'm going to use that. 13.
13. Let me just check my thing here. Let's see. Yes, I'm going to say you just succeed on that save, and you don't put your shield away. But something is telling you that you should put it away and put that light out.
I would like to cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself.
You feel like a little bubble come around you, and it feels like it's not like you felt like you were being touched before, but you're not being touched now.
I don't like being touched.
Well, you're being less touched, even though you weren't being touched before. Something is further away from you.
And now it's like hovering there, like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
It's just the spectral big brother. Just.
So it occurs to me that we should have taken a commercial break. And I think now is a perfect time to do that. So when we come back, we'll find out a little bit more about a deep and creeping darkness. All right, welcome back to A Deep and Creeping Darkness. When I last left our heroes, they had been drawn upstairs by a mysterious darkness that seems to be pretty dark and honestly quite creepy. So I'm going to give the campaign full points for an evocative name. Zenachu was being drawn to a bedroom, and meanwhile Crane and Tobister and Terry are all at the top of the stairs, having thusly smashed out a window and been tempted to put out the light, which is illuminating this area.
Yeah. And Zenachu crosses the threshold of the door to H8, I believe.
Oh, excellent. You are in a bedroom, and there is but hold on. You're in a bedroom, but that thick moss is even thicker here, and there's a fireplace but the fireplace, the hearth is twisted and distorted, and it's been stretched up, but it's stretched more on one side. It's got a real Beetlejuice kind of energy to it with an irregular organic pull, and it's covered by this moss, and the moss leads and crawls around and forms like a dark passage tunnel that looks like it drops. And you know that logically that's the outside of the house because it's a fireplace, and you put the fireplaces are connected usually to chimneys, right? And like to walls that would have, right, that have the plumbing to take the smoke away, essentially, the smoke plumbing. But it looks like it goes on for, you can't tell, 20, 30 meters. You have dark vision, so it's not completely hidden to you, but it basically disappears into a darkness. It's so dark you can't even see it. All right. Oh no, it looks like Matt is frozen. So we'll get back to what Zenachu is doing, and we're gonna talk about what Crane and Tobister and Terry see out in this well-lit room.
Terry has an idea.
All right.
We were just talking about this before the game started, that a locate object allows you to locate a certain kind of thing. It says here, at least an alternate spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind, such as certain kind of apparel, jewelry, furniture, etc. So I would like, with that image of that platinum ring from that painting downstairs fresh in my mind, I would like to cast locate object to see if there's anything like that nearby.
Oh. How far is the range on that?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet? Oh, good news. It's like 500-600 feet away. Sort of that direction. Sort of direction H8, back corner, I'd say.
Oh. How far did you say? 500?
Yeah, about 550, 600 feet.
600 feet. Okay, I'm guessing it's in the graveyard, perhaps. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it feel like right in that room. That's the perfect cardinal direction of where you're looking.
Okay, interesting information. Doesn't help me immediately, but I like that though. I'm writing that down. Okay.
And
Okay.
Is there any sort of voice beckoning or calling out at all when it's Zenachu enters the room?
Zenachu, I'm going to say you're completely in this room, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else is still out in the hallway, so you're alone?
Yeah.
Oh, make me a perception check.
Perception. That is only an 11.
Only an 11. There is a voice in here. There's a presence. There's a feeling. It's like there's something right behind you. And it whispers, and it sort of bends down, and it whispers into your ear, and it says, "You are frail, and you are mortal, and there are so many better things that you can be. Come and see us for a while." And it almost like wraps its hand around you, and you can feel it brush under your chin, and it draws you towards the fireplace.
Okay, Zenachu puts...
Can you make me a wisdom saving throw before you do anything?
Okay, sure. 24.
All right, you know better than to follow that thing.
Yeah, Zenachu puts her hand up to her pendant, which happens to be her spell focus. And he's like, "Oh, you're getting so fresh with me." Cast Mage Hand, just as a little like slap above and behind her shoulder at the thing that isn't really there, but it's just...
it's in front of you now. It's sort of like wrapped around you and disappeared. So you can slap, and it's just like it's like it's passing through smoke.
Yeah. But she mentions, "Oh, sorry, no, I already have prior engagements in that field. You're a bit late. Sorry. I'm a taken woman."
Oh, we can take you many places. And make me another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God, that's a 7, not a 1. Okay, 12.
12. You're gonna follow her. This sounds pretty enticing, actually.
Now, is this charm person or suggestion?
It is a special kind of magic.
Okay.
But you can try to, if you save the wisdom throw, so I'm not sure you're aware you're charmed.
Okay.
So.
I was just thinking, like, if it was either one of those, she might get a tickle in the back of her mind, like, wait, I know what that is.
There's a big tickle in the back of your mind. There's something in the back of your mind and maybe coming out from your pendant that is, maybe it's feeling a bit hot and it's vibrating, but at the same time there's a lot of other noises in your mind. It's almost like a buzzing or a rushing wave, and it's just, come on. And behind you feels terrible. Like, not like black and scary and empty and awful, and you don't want to be near it. It feels like the worst thing you've ever felt is behind you, and you just need to get away from it.
Just dread.
However you choose to interpret that, it's like you're getting a pull and a shove is what's happening right now.
Well, considering I only got, I think, a 12 on that wisdom, she's just going to keep slowly complying. But, like, with that tickle in her mind, like...
Yeah.
And the heat on her breast, I guess.
Yeah. Rest of the team, you can see Zenachu is kind of, like, slowly walking into the corner of this room.
I
The door's
chased
open.
after her.
So as soon as you run in, the moss that you keep thinking you're seeing is here in this room, and now your feet are on moss, and it is thick and it is cushy, and now you're standing on it, and as soon as you're there, you feel like something go past you and whip around and go into the fireplace, which is a dark tunnel, and it is not a fireplace. Terry, by the way, the thing that you want is in the fireplace.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gosh. Well, it's in the evil fireplace. No. Okay.
What's in the fireplace, Terry?
Well, I did some my magical crap, and I believe the platinum ring from the painting downstairs is in that fireplace. But it's very evil, and people are being drawn into it. Tobister, how do we get it out of? What do we get? Terry casts Mage Hand and fires the spectral hand into that fireplace and feels around in there for a ring.
Oh, no, it's way far away. Like I said, it was like 500-600 feet away from you.
Oh,
but that's
okay.
the direction that it is.
Oh, I see, but not... Oh.
Yeah, the carpet is, if you can feel through the mage hand, it's so soft. It's impossibly soft. But you can feel every once in a while there's like a slimy bug that's crawling around in there.
Okay.
I shine my shield, the light spell on my shield, around the room.
Since you've come in here, by the way, Zenachu, whatever is pushing you and shoving you is gone. They have released you and they have gone away, and you are now alone. And you can just hear the emergency beacon still going, and whatever bad vibes your own brain is telling you. But whatever was speaking to you in your head is gone.
I'm no longer fascinated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
She probably turns. Actually, the fireplace is in front of her, right? She's walking.
Yeah,
towards it.
you're facing it. And I say fireplace, but the door is like 8 feet high,
Yeah.
or the hearth is like 8 feet high.
She responds with the break in fascination with just a vicious mockery and just the loudest half orc, half halfling F you into the void.
Because the moss is so thick, your vicious mockery goes into the tunnel, but it gets deadened quickly and it is sort of extinguished.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was more of a gesture than an actual, like...
I shine a light down the tunnel.
The moss wilts.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like, you know, when plants wilt when they haven't had enough water and they just flop onto the ground and they look all dehydrated? That's what happens whenever you shine onto the moss. It visibly sags.
Okay.
And you hear that noise, Crane, is even more high-pitched.
You have no power here. I have no idea how to... Actually, no, that's rude. I'm sorry.
Is that all
what do
in
you guys
character?
want to do?
Yeah, Terry says, okay, this is very creepy, and this is very bad, but I have a feeling we have to go into that dark tunnel. I've gotta. I think this is connected to the painting downstairs. There is something in there that we have to get if we're gonna solve this.
Crane is already like stepping into the tunnel. He's way too curious.
Yes.
For this.
Keep your eyes open for a platinum ring. Should be very shiny.
So, make me some knowledge arcana checks. For everyone can do that, but especially Terry and Crane. And Crane, I'm going to give you... I don't know. I feel like, what is going to make you ace this? What background do you have?
I don't know. Like, Crane already has a +7 in Arcana.
All right, that's enough then. All right, what do you got?
11.
Well,
Okay.
Zenachu got
That
23.
one with a 4!
You got what?
Woo!
All right, so, but Zenachu got a 23?
24.
24? Terry, what did you get?
I got a 15.
All right, so in order, Tobister. Wow, this is a really, like you don't it occurs to you that normally tunnels are much more, like, crappy, but this is a nice tunnel. It's nice. Crane, it's perfectly round. Tunnels aren't perfectly round. And you can see, because your light spell is wilting the moss, that it is smooth. It's smooth. And it doesn't seem to have been carved. Actually, Terry, you'll know that there's no way that this could have been carved. This is not a handmade tunnel. It's too smooth. And in fact, if it wasn't for this carpet of saggy moss that you're walking on, it would probably be very slippery. And it is pointing down. But it's not slippery. It's merely plush. It's literally like it's been carpeted. And Zenachu, because you got a natural 20. 1 second. Oh, I lost my page.
Not a natural, but I got a 19.
You got it. Okay, you got a pretty darn good thing there.
Yeah.
You're gonna think about all of the evil things that you've studied and all of your books and stuff like that. And you're gonna know that there's a type of creature. It's a fey creature, and they hate the light, and they live in subterranean nests. They stay in tunnels, and they spontaneously manifest in places where the border between the fey and the real world are thin. Like places where you're digging deep into the earth to pull out a rare and valuable commodity, right? You know, and that these creatures hate the light, and they're not, like, they're evil, but they're not evil like your master, right? They're just evil. They're evil without care. They're evil without thought. They're very, like, they don't have to try to be evil.
They're just very selfish.
It's a manifestation of their being is evilness almost, right? And yeah, so they, so in fact, and there's something about how they reproduce, how they come to be that's even worse.
Crane, I believe you had the right idea with the light. If you could give us as much as possible, if you really, really wanted to give it the middle finger of light here, because I'm just as angry as you might be at this. You're angry, right, at this, Crane?
I suppose so. Like in an abstract way. Curious, definitely. But yeah, no, this thing has pissed me off.
Yes, of course you're angry at this, Crane. And Terry and Tobister, you're both very angry at this, right?
That's a nice tunnel.
That's fine craftsmanship right there.
Yeah.
I'm not especially angry unless I have to roll some sort of saving throw. Terry doesn't feel very angry right now.
No, she's not literally a charming person right now. She's just trying to rile people up. Because she's angry.
Okay.
Crane is like recalling stuff that he knows about the Fae, which is not a lot, but he's crumbling up a field ration and like just
As
dropping
bait?
crumbs behind him as he goes.
Okay.
All right. So you drop crumbs and you head down the tunnel.
Yeah.
And you head down the tunnel for a good 100 feet or so, according to Terry's little like homing beacon. And you get there, and it's let's see, gotta read some stuff. It starts to get, you have your light, but the sound is really dead. The sound is like, because you're walking on this moss and the walls are carpeted in moss, even this, half dead wilty moss is really muffling the sounds of footsteps. And, normally underground is cold, but it's warm down here. Like it's almost like, warm air is blowing out of the tunnel. And, you're starting to feel like a little claustrophobic. Can you roll me intelligence?
Is that everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I got a 6. Zenachu is only angry right now.
Crane got a 10.
Yeah, 10.
That's
12.
5.
All right. That's with all your modifiers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless this is a saving throw, in which case I might have advantage on it if it's a saving throw against.
No.
Okay.
This is just a figuring out what's going on. Yeah, this is unsettling. It's claustrophobic. It's warm. It's not great.
This would be the
But
perfect place to have a nap.
This is the even getting a 1. You know that you would never want to nap here. Like this is bad vibes 1000. You don't need a perception check for that.
Yeah.
But anyhow, you get to the end of this, and it's like a big cavern, and it's very damp, it's moist, it's hot.
I've changed my mind. No naps.
It's literally like humid, and there's like stalactites and stalagmites. I think.
Yes.
Yes, I'm getting nice correcting nods that are hanging, and there's like this like liquid that's dripping off, and your light illuminates around here, and you can see that the pools are filled with this incredible blue and green, vividly colored water, because it's like heavy metals that are leaching out of the rock here and falling into these pools, and they're gorgeous. It has a rather mystical quality, if one does say so. And you can feel that there are things that are, as soon as you come into this room, that skitter behind the stalagmites.
I didn't know
crawl up through the moss into behind the stalactites.
I didn't know we were playing in an alien campaign again.
Yeah.
Just while we were on our way down here, I would have cast light on something everyone has. Right? Some kind of object that they can use as a lamp.
Yeah.
Are there any rocks on the ground?
No, everything is covered in this thick uniform moss. It's very smooth, except for the protrusions out of the ground. But even they're covered with moss too. They're carpeted essentially.
I'd really like to investigate these skittering things.
They want you to do that too. Come on over. Come check me out.
Oh no.
And as soon as you get separated from the group, something is going to slip behind you. And I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Will do. I'm just gonna check to see if I have I think I have advantage on that. Let me just check. Well, I have proficiency anyway. Oh, advantage on the. Is this against magic, or is this?
Yeah.
This? Okay, good. Then I have advantage. Okay, not that one. Yeah, I'll take that. That's a That's a cumulative 20.
All right, so something is going to come up behind you, and it's going to whisper in your ear, and it's going to say, "Chaos. You strive to bring order from chaos, but clearly you have failed. Come to us, Terry Fizzlewit, and be a missing piece in our nest. Bring order from chaos. What is more orderly than death?"
And Terry has he failed the save, or is he?
No, you.
He's got this? Okay.
Yeah.
Then Terry
But you
says,
hear all that.
I hear all that. I hear all that. Excellent. Well, I just want to know if I should submit. But Terry goes, you know what? If there's something I've learned about chaos, is it is unconquerable. There is too much disorder in the world for us to ever bring everything together in some sort of cohesive order. But that's not the point. The point is to try to make it a little better for the librarians that come after you. And I'm going to sort you out. That's what I'm going to do.
Are you going to try to attack this thing behind you?
I feel like attacking something, but all I hear is a voice and a thing behind me. So I'm going to do something drastic. I'm going to cast magic missile behind me at whatever is directly behind. I hope my friends aren't there, but I cast magic missile directly behind me.
All right, so it sounds like we're going into combat. So I think that we are going to go roll me some advantage, I guess.
Initiative.
Okay. Initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, you.
Terry rolled a 10.
Oh, that was your placeholder number. Crane, what did you get?
6.
6. All right. Well, you're surprised because Terry just started screaming in thin air and then shot magic missiles everywhere. Tobister, how are you feeling about this?
8, and I support this initiative.
All right. You were also like, what the shit? Zenachu.
14.
14. All right. You are mostly expecting this. All right. The things that you are fighting are definitely also expecting this. Let's see. How many of them are in this room? This many. And I'm going to put you guys into initiative. So let's go, because we still haven't figured out what they are yet. Mm-hmm. So this thing, Terry, that's behind you, is going to see that you get mad, and it's going to try to claw at you. What's your AC?
My AC is 10. However, I have a magical tattoo that gives me, allows me to go a little incorporeal and have resistance. So, yeah, AC is 10, but I can take half damage if that's
okay. Oh, well, perfect, because I have a 23 to hit you.
Okay.
Let's see. And I'm going to deal, I have 9 slashing damage on you, but you can take half, so we'll say you can take 5.
Thank you very much.
Half rounded up. And then could you also make me a Constitution saving throw?
Will do. That is a 19.
All right. You are fine. But something slashes at you, and it's something behind you, and it's something shadowy, and as it slashes at you, it sort of like bamfs away, like in the Nighthawk sense of the word, like poof, and retreats to somewhere else that's in shadow. And every time you guys look around, I assume you have forward-facing lights, so it's like these flashlights cutting through this huge dark room. And so as your lights twist in the room, and as you turn around and look at things, you can see things skittering out of the way. So Zenachu, you are next.
All right. Is there anyone that I have a bead on?
No.
No.
But there's something behind Terry.
Well, then I'm going to do the alternate magic missile for warlocks, Eldritch Blast. So I guess roll for that.
So do you turn around to look at this thing?
If he is like yelling at the air, I'm gonna look at him, and then he attacked, so I probably saw him cast the thing.
All right, perfect. In that case, you are gonna see what's going on. You're gonna see some sort of hideous bug thing. Make me an Arcana knowledge check now that you've finally gotten a look at it.
That would be a 14.
A 14. I'm going to say that you've had enough clues that you're finally going to understand what you're looking at is a mean lock. Mean locks are fey creatures, and they have they look like huge insects. They look like giant. Yes, let's see. I've got a whole description here. But it looks like, I'll just hold it up. It looks like this guy right here. They're a huge chittering insect, and they cloak themselves in darkness, and they try to stay out of the way, and they can move through darkness, and they want to induce fear in things, and they want to destroy things that are good and innocent and beautiful. And they live in subterranean, but sometimes urban settings. And they're spawned by fear. So they don't like the bright light, and so as soon as you shine your like personal light source on it, it's going to be like, it burns, and it's going to shrivel up a bit.
Okay, it'll shrivel up a bit more as it gets an Eldritch Blast to the face, I believe.
Yeah. Does this just hit? Because it's like, or
instantaneous, big range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target on a hit, and I rolled a 17.
Okay, so that's a hit. Perfect. That's above my DC. Roll me some damage.
Let's see. That's that button. 11.
11. All right. Well, this mean lock takes a big Eldritch Blast to the back and then scutters away from Terry. Let's see. Who's next? In fact, Terry... Mm-hmm. It's your go, and I'm going to say, since Zenachu hit this thing with an Eldritch Blast, that because she watched you screaming at something and saw a horrible giant insect behind you, I'm going to say that you are able to turn around and you're going to be able to track it with your light, but also that the magic missiles are going to illuminate in the darkness and show you where they are.
Excellent. So those magic missiles didn't hit; they just went.
Oh, no, they're hit. Magic missile never misses. They sort of they streak through the air and curve and chase it into the shadows.
Oh, excellent. So tracking the events, that was not my action. That was the action that happened before.
Yeah. It's kind of dirty, but Zenachu went before you in initiative, so I was like,
That's all right. But I can see these magic missiles chasing this thing, so I have know where it is.
Yes, you have a beat on it, and you're going to see where it ends up. And then it's going to get hit by 3 magic missiles, right?
I guess so. Yeah. So that is I will see this thing get hit by how much damage here? 4. Oh, good. 8. Oh yeah, I rolled 3 natural 4s on a D4 in a row. So that's 12 plus, then plus 1 to all those is 15. Damage just from those magical missiles. That all that academic rage just really fueled those. Just rolled 100% on that spell.
Wow, that's so much. And you're going to see those 3 magic missiles impact into this mean lock, and it's going to they're going to land with a sick, wet thud, and it's like crushing a lobster claw.
Oh,
and it looks sad if it could look sad.
Oh.
Tobister, it's your round. There's you can see if you swing around, you can see that there's a mean lock that just got 3 magic missiles to the face.
So we're in kind of like a big open area.
Yeah.
There's 5 mean locks.
There's 4. Oh, I didn't put mean lock 3 up there. Whoops. There's 5.
You numbered your pigs 1 through 4. Yeah.
Yeah. There's 5. Another one comes and joins the fray as this happens.
Oh, good. I have a torch, and I want to use prestidigitation to light it.
All right.
And then I'd like to move closer to Terry.
All right. That all happens.
Yeah, that's action and movement.
All right.
That's it.
Okay, so Mean Lock 2 gets to go. And basically, this is a big open cavern that's normally completely pitch black and extremely, extremely dank and scary. And this is where Mean Locks live. And so they know all the nooks and crannies, and they're basically going to be going wherever light is not. And they're going to be dashing around because they can move from a place that is in only dim light or darkness to a place that is only dim light and darkness. So they're going to, let's see, I'll roll for it. But I think Zenachu, you started attacking, so I'm going to go, Mean Lock number 2 is going to take a swipe at you. And you're going to see when it comes up close to you, it's got this big insect claws. I'm going to roll to attack. But does an 11 hit you?
My armor class is 10.
All right. All right. That's not very good. Well, I deal 5 damage to you.
Delete 5 damage. In response,
Okay.
you activated my trap card.
Ooh.
Hellish Rebuke. As a reaction, which I take in response to being damaged, and this is definitely within 60 feet. The save is, I believe, Dex 15.
All right.
For you. And I basically surround them in hellish flames.
Well, I've rolled a natural 20 on this.
Okay. Half as much damage on a successful. So I'm going to roll damage, I believe. Dice in my ears. Oh, the 0 means good. 14 halved is 7.
7. All right. I take 7 damage on this Mean Lock, and it goes, and it drops out of the light. It just it somehow gets out of your light source and then gets away from you.
It is fire damage.
It is.
If there's anything flammable on this thing, then it's probably going to be a bit.
It's
Flamed.
it's just got a carapace. It doesn't
Okay.
have clothing.
Fair.
Let's see. Who's next? Crane, you're next. It's horrible.
I'm gonna Sacred Flame the first one I can see.
All right. I gotta say you can see the one that Zenachu just blasted as
Okay.
it's like trying to get out of this light source because they've got to, of course, run away from you, right? You know, or you can go after the one that attacked Terry.
Let's say the nearest one is the one that attacks Zenachu because I think Terry wandered off a bit.
Yeah, that's
So,
probably fair.
Sacred Flame is just you roll a dex saving throw against
Okay.
my DC of 14.
I get an 18.
Okay, it misses then.
Phew. It's just too fast. It skitters off. All right. Mean Lock number 4. Nobody even knew where I was. All right. Who am I going to hit? I'm going to go after Terry because I saw Terry hurt my friend. Friend's a very strong word for a Mean Lock.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to attack you. Does an 18 hit you, Terry?
An 18 does. And is this slashing damage again?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm going to go pup and remain in my ghost form then and use another charge. He's
All
all
right.
weird and shadowy with glowing blue eyes, maybe mimicking some.
All right.
these
I've got
things.
an 8 showing, so I'm only going to deal 4 slashing damage to you.
Thank you very much. It stings. Oh, but it stings.
Another Mean Lock. This is the one that got, I'm going to say that got zotted by Terry. So it's going to try to come back and get you again. You know, revenge. But I don't hit you. What's your AC?
10.
I don't hit you because I rolled very poorly. So it's wounded. It limps a bit. Misses on the swing. All right. Oh, and then the 5th Mean Lock that showed up. Rah! Hey, nobody's attacked this cat thing yet. The cat thing's standing alone. It comes up behind you and tries to attack you. Does a 16 hit you, Tobister?
That is my AC.
All right. I'm going to slash at you.
So I guess in reaction, I'll trigger my shield, which boosts my AC to 5 or plus 5.
Oh. So,
yeah,
do I not hit you then?
you did not hit me.
I
have
don't hit you.
Expended shield.
Clang.
Boom! Magic. There's a barrier. Like it goes to slash, and then it just rebounds off a force field.
It screeches at you, and it says, "Why waste your life watching her? She's so boring. You could come with us and have some fun." All right. Bean lock number 3. Crane, no one's attacked you.
No, they haven't.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yeah, it does.
All right. 7 slashing damage.
Oh, good.
It's fine. You're a cleric. That's like a paladin, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
All right, but Zenachu, it's your turn. You can see lots of mean locks.
Yeah.
I'll say there's a mean lock on everyone. If you turn to look at one of your friends, you'll see them being menaced by a mean lock, essentially.
Okay. What was the one that hit me?
The one that hit you is I don't know. It's around. You can see it.
Well, I'm gonna target that one with another Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Yeah, I roll for a hit there. 24
24 is a hit. Roll me some damage.
damage. 9.
9 points of damage. All right. This mean lock is looking. You know what? You've seen better looking mean locks, but that are less ragged and oozy, and they're attacking your friends. So Terry, it's your turn.
So, Terry is, again, he's in his, I think it expires at the end of the round. So Terry comes out of his shadow form and is now a very unhappy little gnome. And what he is going to do, and he's got dark vision, so I imagine he can see fairly well. I think you can see it as like low light in this darkness. So what I'm looking for is a clear path. I want to see if I can catch maybe 2 mean locks in one directly in front of me somewhere.
Yeah. It's a very random cavern. So I'm gonna say, unless you're gonna have to move to sort of line up in a line with some people, but everybody's sort of scattered everywhere, right?
Okay.
I
can do that though. I think I can move and cast a spell.
Yeah, you can move.
So I'm going to do that. So I'm going to use my little legs to get to a place where I can get at least 2 of these mean locks in a row and none of my friends behind them, because I'm going to cast Thunderbolt.
Oh.
Which is just going to produce a lot of light and a lot of heat. He doesn't get to use this spell very often because he works in a library. Light a lot of things on fire. Those Bradbury fuse is going to light and the whole thing's going to go up like a Roman candle. But here in this dark cavern, I'm going to cast Thunderbolt.
That's fantastic. As a wizard, you can surely do spell shaping. You can exclude a certain number of people from any of these AoE attacks, right?
That's an evoker thing. I think Terry is a diviner. Right?
Divination.
Yeah, what I've got here is a stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long and 5 feet wide blasts out from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in line must make a dexterity saving throw. And I'm going to have, and my spell DC is 15, but because, again, I am a divination wizard, which means I rolled some portents, and means that one of them is going to roll an 11 and fail that. Fail that dexterity.
Perfect. So do I have to wait? I have to make a dexterity saving throw?
Yes, 2 of these. Let's say 2 mean boys have to make dexterian. What? It's not a word. Dexterity saving throws.
I'm gonna say a couple of things happen. I'm gonna say the first mean lock that you see, which I'm gonna say is mean lock number 3, is gonna fail their dexterity saving throw, and they're just gonna get blasted. Okay. The second mean lock that's behind it is maybe not behind it in a perfectly straight line because you were trying to be careful. So it's just gonna it's past its dexterity saving throw. So I'm gonna say it's grazed. But also, you said this spell puts out a lot of light, and you're in a very dark place, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's everybody, although you have torches and stuff like that, like the light conditions are still dim. And I feel that people may get dazed from how much light this is going to set up, because my mean locks certainly are going to be, because they hate the light, and the light will fill this cavern, I think, while this happens. So I'm going to make some con saves for them.
It's like a flash grenade.
Yeah, almost in this area. I'm going to say, okay. I'm going to say you stun 4 of them just by the amount of light that gets set off, because they hate the light and they do not want to be in a room that is basically filled with light. But
Excellent.
The first one actually passed its saving throw.
Okay.
So
the one that passed is going to take half damage, which is going to be, it was a 29 I rolled. So that'll be a 14. Yeah, lightning's powerful.
All right.
And the one that's failed the saving throw, I should take 29.
If it fails the saving throw, it takes 29. The one that passes takes 14.
Yes.
All right. Well, since the room is so well lit up now, you see a bunch of the mean locks, and they're just like, ah! And the one that you hit directly onto the lightning bolt is basically hanging by a thread. The one that you attacked with the magic missiles earlier looks barely any better. And there's 2 more that look quite beat up, and there's one that hasn't been hit at all yet. Tobister, it's your go.
So what I want to do is use the spell Catapult to basically throw the torch that I have at the mean lock that isn't damaged. But what I would like is in the shrapnel from the torch hitting them, for there to be some fire left over, because I have another spell that I need non-magical fire for later.
Right.
So
it's a pretty damp cavern, and moss isn't.
It's a torch.
Super
it's a
flammable.
torch.
Okay.
That I'm
throwing.
throwing.
Gonna say it won't
it's
go
lit.
out. So,
But it will take a lot of damage from this spell.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. What's the durability on your standard torch?
Oh, the torch is going to go to smithereens.
Ah, but you want like one chunk of like the
Slightly
creosote
burning,
soaked
like
rag.
Just
Yeah, the oil
just a little
cloth.
taper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A wick.
So yes, I'm going to cast
Okay.
Catapult, 2nd level, towards the
Uninjured
undamaged
mean lock.
Mean lock, yeah.
And how do I have to make a dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Or how
Dexterity 13.
I fail?
Okay. So on a failed save, the object strikes the target and stops moving. When the object strikes something, the object and what it strikes each take 48 damage.
Oh my goodness. Roll me some damage.
Pretty good.
20 damage to
20
the
damage.
mean lock and the torch.
All right, the torch explodes into a shower of sparks, and they go everywhere. Let's see. Most of them go out, but one of them lands in one of them metallic pools. And the blue flame starts to flicker up on the surface of the water. Mean lock number 2. Ouch! I'm so mad. Who hit me? Everyone hit me. I attack. Who am I attacking? It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go and, oh, well, I don't think, Terry, that a 9 is gonna hit you.
Oh, just barely misses me. I can feel the breeze, though, of that.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, all right. Next. Crane, it's your go.
Okay, I need to make some space for the spellcasters. Right? Like, the mean lock that is badly injured?
Yes, there's 2 of them that are very badly injured, by the way.
I will...
Are they at all close to each other?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a spellcaster as well, but, like, these things will just tear us apart. So, I'm gonna cast Guiding Light. No, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the badly injured one.
All right.
So you just need to, again, another dex saving throw.
This time I fail.
It's 1d8 damage.
All right.
So that will be 4.
I die. Or mean lock number 4 dies. or which one were you? Oh no, sorry, that's mean lock number 1. Bleh.
Hooray!
It explodes into ichor. And the ichor steams a little bit in the light.
Ew.
And the other ones scream even louder. And they're like, ah!
Terrible goo.
My brother!
You killed him! Like, it's just
All
like
right.
that scene in Fast 5 where they're like, where The Rock is like saying, all right, but I get to kill him at the end. And all the other characters are like, kill him? What? We're car thieves. Sorry, digression.
So mean lock number 4, having just seen you obliterate one of its kind, is gonna. And they're very chaotic in how they move because they just move through the darkness, right? So it's gonna try to get up to you, Crane, and it's gonna try to slash at you, but it's also gonna try to talk to you because they can talk to you telepathically, and it's going to say, "It took him so long to change, and you snuffed that out. You do not know the gift that we have offered you. We could have saved you from a life of logarithms and uselessness." And then it attacks you. I have an 18 to hit you.
That also hits.
All right, I'm going to roll you some damage. I deal 5 slashing damage to you, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Well, this is not good. I'm in the hands of Ogma now.
She knows what's up.
19.
It tries to wrap its tentacles around you almost, like these dark tentacles of darkness come up from the ground where there's no direct illumination, and they try to grab you, but you are able to resist.
All right.
Mean lock number 5, who got, just everybody is just picking on him, and it's going to attack, Tobister. All right, Tobister. Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right. Ooh. 10 slashing damage. And make me a Constitution saving throw.
Second, not taking 190 damage. Con save. Really? It says... Sorry, 5.
5. Those same tentacles things start to come up, and you feel grappled. You can't move now, and it gets up in your face, and it says, "Come on, Tobister, let's have some fun. You'll be much, much prettier when you look like us." It almost whispers beguilingly at you. All right. Mean lock number 3. Mean lock number 3 is in a very bad way, and it sort of looks up at it. It's like, and it tries to stab at Zenachu, and it misses because it's so sick.
Okay.
Zenachu, it's your turn.
The one grappling Tobister and the one that swiped at me, they're both fairly damaged, right?
The one that swiped at you is very damaged. The one that is grappling Tobister is not that damaged.
Okay. Is the one that swiped at me within 10 feet of any other ones?
I mean, it depends on if you're within 10 feet of your compatriots. So I'm going to say, sure, it is. Because
Okay.
I don't think you had a chance to spread out too much before they started attacking you.
How hurt is everyone? Everyone?
I'm doing okay. I've just got like 27 HP left. I'm doing fine.
I think I am technically bloodied.
Oh. When we're not clumped up together, I'll perfume it to death. Instead, I'll Eldritch Blast the one
right.
that's damaged.
Okay, the one that's right in front of you?
Yeah,
All right, perfect.
that is a 26 to hit.
All right, You hit it, and I'm almost certain that you are going to annihilate it because it's got 2 hit points left.
Well, 12. Overkill,
right.
you know. That's what we're here for.
It explodes into a shower of meat and drops out of combat. And
onto
it
the
smells
floor.
awful.
Yeah.
It smells like decay and like perfume that has gone rancid, and just like flowers that have been put into the compost, right? It smells like something beautiful has been destroyed on purpose. Terry, it's your turn.
Okay, I may have screwed up last time, just because I'm sort of new to spellcasting. Was I supposed to roll an attack roll for lightning bolt? Perhaps I was. It just
No, lightning bolt is just like it just goes,
yeah.
and then the things affected by it have to save, and if they don't, they explode.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The save that they rolled was the roll.
Oh, I see. Okay, good. Well, I'm just going to do the same, and I'm going to do it with more style, because these things are, as you say, bursting into a puff of smoke and dodging away. I'm going to do the same thing as a bonus action. I'm going to Misty Step behind one of these guys and strike them with a lightning bolt. Terry is just gone, just gone full berserk in this cave, mad with power. Casting third level spells like it's nothing. Yeah. He's gonna Misty Step as a bonus action, and then do his lightning bolt thing again. Again, trying to hit 2. I don't want to because again, we don't know where these things are, and it's hard to know if I can hit more than 1. But
yeah, sure. I was gonna say you can hit 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna be and realistically, they're gonna hate this. So I'm gonna make some dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
Oh, that one's definitely gonna pass.
Okay.
And what's my DC I gotta hit?
15.
All right, so my first one passes and my second one fails.
Okay, so the one that fails gets 27 damage.
All right, that's going to explode it into another horrible pile of goo. And then the one that saves takes how much?
Is half that. So let's say 13. Be generous, round down.
All right. It doesn't die, but it looks wretched.
Okay.
It looks as bad as the other ones did before, to give you a numerical number.
Before we started attacking them, yeah, they all look wretched.
Yeah. And they're gonna scream because there's more of them are dying, and they're gonna be quite sad. And they're gonna cry mother, and something else is going to enter the room.
Oh no.
Is it called Mother?
Tobister, it's your turn.
Where is Mother in relationship to my still burning torch?
Nowhere near it, unfortunately. She's come in from the further darkness at the back of the den.
Well, then Is anyone near there?
Near Mother?
No, near the fire thing.
You know what? I'm gonna say one of the meanlocks. The one that you threw the torch at is pretty near the fire thing.
Sweet. Pyrotechnics! Fireworks! It is a con save 13.
All right. I fail.
Blinded until the end of my next turn.
It can't do anything. All right. Poor meanlock number 5. Is that it for your turn?
Yep. I'm grappled, right?
Yeah, you are. I mean, actually, no, you are. But you could. Can you try to make a? A check to get out of that? A Constitution saving throw.
19.
Oh, you break free from the grapple.
Aha!
And go in whichever direction you please, I suppose. But you are no longer grappled.
I guess I back towards Crane.
Seems wise. Meanlock number 2 is quite hurt, and it's going to scream sort of over to the right, where nobody is in, and that's where the new thing that's shown up is coming from, and it's going to send out an image to all of you. It's going to spend its turn not attacking, but it's going to spend its turn saying, "Why won't you join us? Why are you hurting us?" Crane, it's your turn.
I will interpose myself between the group and Mother. And I am going to cast... Oof. What do I actually have prepped?
You have way more spell slots than I do.
This is my last level 1.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Seems smart.
So I get +2 to my AC now.
Excellent. So, anything else you'd like to do?
That would be my entire turn. Movement and an action.
All right. But you're
Oh,
are
no,
you
wait,
looking
that's
in the...
one bonus action.
Oh. We can go back.
Yeah. Wait, can I dodge? Move, bonus action, and then I'm going to do something that I remember in this game called dodging, which I don't know what it does in this version. It might just be +1 to AC. I believe it is +1 to AC. You know what? I'll look it up, and if it's relevant, I'll let you know. But let's say I'm dodging.
All right. You are slipping around. But have you in this dodge, have you turned to look in the direction of what they called for?
Yes. I'm trying to put myself between the group and it.
All right, make me a looking at things in the heat of battle check, whichever stat you want to roll for that.
Let's go with perception. 19. I perceive it.
All right, 19. This is a bigger mean lock, and there's something very shiny and silvery, metallic on its hand. It's going to get to do two things on its turn because it's an extra smart mean lock, and it's going to say, "How dare you? I saved this town. I saved us, and now you have come to kill us? I worked so hard to save us."
You kick Meanlock?
1,000 years darkness.
Yeah, it's gonna try to attack you, Cameron.
Okay, I looked up dodge, and it focused entirely on avoiding attacks. Until the start of your next turn, any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see the attacker.
Oh, well.
So you have disadvantage.
I fail.
Okay.
All right. Mean lock number 5 is blinded. And it can't do anything. But Tobister, because it feels like it's got the best in with any of you, I'd make me a wisdom saving throw.
16.
16. All right, it's going to talk to you, and it's going to say, "Don't be boring. Don't be lazy. Come with us and have some fun. Impressive things. All the bones you can eat." Sort of, digging to the bottom of the barrel at this point.
Yeah.
Are you convinced, Tobister? I assume not.
No!
All right, well...
Bones!
It's going to attack you, but it's got disadvantage, so does an 11 hit you?
No.
All right. It swishes. Zenachu. Whoops, I skipped you. Zenachu, it's your turn.
I walk up to Meanlock 5, I guess? Or is Meanlock
sure.
2 farther away from everyone else than Meanlock 5?
Probably 2 is further away than 5.
Alright, I go up to Meanlock 2, put my hand on its throat, put my other hand in its mouth, and directly cast the poison cloud.
Oh!
Or poison spray. It's a
All
con of 15 for a challenge.
All right, so I gotta make a Constitution 15 saving throw.
Yeah.
Well, I passed that. I rolled a 17. Also, I feel like getting right up close to it, it's not dead, is going to provoke an attack of opportunity, I feel, somehow.
She's
right?
angry.
Yeah. It's gonna take a slash at you. while you're trying to put your hand into its mouth, because it's very injured, but it's not incapacitated or prone.
Yeah.
So while you're trying to get its hand in there, it's going to maybe come back and grab you. Let's see. What's your AC?
10.
I hit you. So I'm going to deal 3 damage to you of slashing damage and just rake my claws into your wrist.
And that provokes my second Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, you also now need to make a Constitution saving throw to avoid being paralyzed by the meanlock.
Constitution 19.
All right, you are not paralyzed by it. The tendrils wrap around you, but can't grab you because you're too mad.
Dex save of 15 for you.
I just get 15, so what happens?
Oh, does that mean the damage goes through?
I hit the number, so I think that means I pass, unfortunately.
Okay.
Sorry.
It takes half as much on a...
Oh, perfect. All right, so how much damage do you deal to me then?
Okay.
This is like the magic stack. We've got spells on spells happening.
Yeah. Half as much. I'm going to say that is 10.
Is it? Okay, it's more than how many hit points it has left. So it's going to go. And you're going to, through this poison spray and the attack of opportunity and then being grappled and all of these things, you're going to kill it. So you do get to kill it triumphantly. How do you kill it?
Very messily. The gas kind of puffs out but does nothing. And then the blood comes out in a bit of a spray, but not very much because there's only 3 damage. And then everything just ignites. Not me, but everything else. It's just like fire from the pendant. It's just directly into the face.
All right. Terry, it's your turn. There are 2 mean locks left, but one looks meaner than the other.
Mm-hmm. Terry was high on just battle rage, casting his 2 only 3rd level spells, and then as soon as he sees the bigger bad come and go, oh no, dang! So we'll try strategy. That's what we'll try, and he will point his finger at the mother creature, and he is going to cast True Strike. Which is you extend your hand and point a finger at the target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on first attack roll. So I would like to know more about, more specifically about this ring in relation to this person.
Well, the ring is a large platinum ring in the shape of an oval that is embossed with a snowdrop signet. And it is just worn for, we're going to say, memento purposes. It has no magical power.
Okay. And any insight into its defenses? Or is that asking too much?
Oh, no. I can tell you that it's a huge insectoid creature with like a hard, like chitinous outer shell. But despite the fact that they're big and scary and put out a lot of damage, they're not actually that tough. They're you know, they're big insects, right? You could crack their carapaces.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah, and I guess that's the end of my turn. I want to shout something cool.
You can shout something cool as a free action.
Okay, what do I say? Terry's gonna say, It's really tough when you think you're doing something good and you're actually doing something bad. I feel for you, but also this has to end somehow. That's all he said. Knows what to say.
Nice try, nice try, Terry.
All right, Tobister, it's your turn.
I reach into my backpack, pull out another torch, and just catapult it at Mother.
Oh, perfect.
So that's a Dex 13 save?
Yes. And I pass.
I'm checking for half damage.
Yeah, the problem is there's so much text in everything that we do because we're all spellcasters.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything happens on a save. So I guess the mother dodges the torch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It swishes by her, and she hisses.
Yeah, that's it.
Probably the torch just whizzes back into the tunnel, and you just see a light from behind her, maybe?
The
It's
light.
not lit.
Oh, not lit.
It's just a bonk. Or it would have been just a bonk.
Yeah.
Crane, it's your go.
So there's one mean lock that everyone is ignoring. There's Mother.
Yes.
I am going to... All right, well... Still have my shield up. I still have reasonable armor. So I am going to... Is the last mean lock left? Like, is the last non-Mother mean lock injured at all?
Yes, it's about 2/3 injured.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at it.
Okay.
Just to be sure that it's down. And we can focus on Mother. That would be a 24.
It hits.
4 dice 6 damage.
Ooh. I like your odds, knowing how many hit points this thing has left.
10?
Inexplicably, it survives.
Please, someone kill it. Whoever attacks it next gets advantage on their attack.
Perfect. All right, it's Mummy's go. And Mummy's angry.
Uh-oh.
And she's going to go after whoever she thinks is the weakest mentally, because that's how these creatures roll. So I'm going to say it goes up to probably Zenachu.
Does it have to get past me?
I think it would have to get past you.
I would have an attack of opportunity then, as
Yes.
a bonus action.
Yeah, it has to move through a well-lit area, so it can't do its misty vanish into darkness thing.
12? Does 12 hit?
What's their AC? No.
Okay.
It sort of strides by you, and it goes up to Zenachu, and it doesn't touch you, but it feels like it touches you. And make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. That's a 7.
That's a 7.
I'm going to say she momentarily is distracted as she absorbs the lingering life essence of the one that she killed because of her dark pact. That gives her 9 temporary health. And now she's faintly glowing kind of a blackish red.
Yeah. When I say like the weakest mentally, I don't mean like I mean like the one who's most likely to join these things, and they had success getting you before.
Yeah.
Right? And that they can tell that you're also you also have an evil alignment, I think. Right? Your character is evil aligned? They're evil aligned?
Neutral evil, yeah.
So are these. They're neutral evil. You guys have so much in common.
Yeah.
Right? And just, I just don't think that you have understood how much good you could bring to our family, and how nice it would be to have you as my daughter, Zenachu. Think of all the things that we could kill. And when we find a very good and strong thing that we think would make us even more efficient and even better at what we do, we don't have to kill that one, and we can bring it into our family. And it can join us just like you can join me now. And you are paralyzed.
Yeah.
And then it's going to take a slash at you.
Oh, that's rude.
Well, that's how they have to wear you down before they can transform you into another mean lock.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give myself advantage because you're paralyzed, and I'm going to hit you, and I'm going to deal 1 Boo. Ooh. 5. 7 slashing damage to you.
I'm down to 2 temporary hit points. I'm no longer glowing as strongly with that dark, menacing energy.
Yeah. For your part, this seems like a great offer.
Yeah.
You
It
know.
sounds exactly up her wheelhouse. It's the same kind of offer that her betrothed gave her, except that one was a fiend instead of a bug.
Meanlock number 5 is going to move in to protect Mother. But Zenachu was taken care of. But it saw that Crane tried to hurt Mother.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to try and hurt you, Crane.
I have AC 19.
I rolled a 19 to hit you.
All right, then.
Oof. Good damage. This is probably a suicide attack, but I had 9 slashing damage.
I'm at 2.
All right, and make me a Constitution saving throw.
6.
You are now paralyzed, and it's got you, and it's just like, and then you can hear it, and you can hear it in your head, and that whine is so loud now, it's like a whistle, a kettle screaming on a stove, and it whispers right in your ear, and it says, "Why do you need to be the logarithm guy? You
I
can
don't.
be one of us."
It would be nice not to have to know things anymore.
Zenachu, you are grappled by Mother.
Yeah.
Could you make me a Wisdom and a Constitution saving throw?
Ooh, both. Wisdom 24.
All right. You managed to shake off her spell, but you're still grappled, so now make me a con saving throw.
Con save of 6, so she immediately says, like, but my girlfriend's hotter than you, and tries to wiggle out and doesn't wiggle out.
Yeah, she cannot wiggle out.
Yeah.
Also, make me a perception check.
Perception, there it is. Dirty 20.
This is not a sexual entendre. This is about becoming something greater than yourself.
Less interested now. That might be why the spell kind of...
You realize it wasn't a sex thing. Terry, it's your turn.
I feel like I've failed everybody. Just because I started this fight and I didn't have to. And now it's gone real bad. And I don't know
Thought you were so cool with your lightning.
Yeah, no, the hubris just... dang it. Well, all my friends are in trouble, so I want to help Crane, I suppose. Let's get Crane out of whatever this psychic grapple. What's happening with him again?
He's been psychically grappled by a very injured Meanlock, and it's got him on the ground, and it's whispering in his ear.
Okay, well then, if he's very injured, I'm just gonna magic missile him.
All right.
This Meanlock is get away from my friend.
I'm gonna say you kill that Meanlock.
Okay.
Which ends Crane's grapple, by the way.
Yay.
So Crane, you're now free.
But they were making a very compelling offer.
Sorry.
Like, I imagine just Crane laying on the ground, spooned by a large bug who's just like whispering in your ears, like, "You don't have to be the logarithms guy."
It's like I wrote down what Crane's real big fear is, but his other one is that he's going to be the logarithm guy. And that he'll die and only be remembered as the logarithm guy and be just enough of a good cleric of Ogma that he becomes some kind of saint, and that for the entire rest of the universe, people will pray to him when they need help with logarithms.
Aw, come on, Crane. You could die before you get far enough in that logarithm book to be known for it.
I mean, I was close.
Tobister.
I was talking with a recruiter.
Got my fidget spinner.
Does Tobister say that in character?
My fidget spinner. No. I shocking grasp Mother.
Okay. I'll just change your name.
Nat 1. God. 6. No, it's an out.
No, that doesn't work.
That's
You're so
Crane,
distracted by dropping your fidget spinner. That's what happened.
Crane, you get to go.
Okay, so, sorry, I'm just counting again. I cast Detect Magic, then Detect Evil and Good. I cast Protection from Evil and Good on myself. That's elapsed. And then I cast Shield of Faith on myself. So that's all my first level spells that I've used. Then, wait. So I would have had to cast Guiding Bolt as a second level spell, which I can do, luckily. So really, here I'm down to 2. I have one more spell left today. No, I have 2. I have 2. Perfect.
Ooh.
I cast Cure Wounds on myself
Thank you.
Yes. Good idea.
Physician.
as a second level spell. So that will 2d8. 2d8. 10. I have 12 hit points.
Wow. You feel refreshed as you can in the current situation.
Yeah.
Isn't like a loop of intestine goes like kind of back in?
Just slurps back up.
Not all the way, mind you.
Yeah.
The moss on the ground is very soft and cushy.
Yeah. All right, it's Mother's turn. And Zenachu, you can't move, so she's going to try and take you into the darkness. She thinks she's got a good thing going here. Make me a Constitution saving throw to try and break out of this.
Oh, 17.
17. All right, so you break out before she can just take you like a spider would take its prey. So she's going to try and get in your head again and tell you about how nice it would be. So make me a wisdom saving throw.
18.
All right, she is not able to do that. And instead, she will spend her last action for the turn and she will just simply attack you because she's frustrated that she can't, that, you know, she had this whole good plan and it hasn't worked out very well. Ah! And she's very mad, and does a 10 hit you?
My AC is 10.
How's that go on tiebreakers?
You've been saying it favors the attacker all day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you hit the AC, then it hits.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to hit you and deal some damage to you, Zenachu. 4, 6, so add 2, 8. Take 8 slashing damage.
I'm back down to 0 temporary, and I am down to 7.
Ah,
Lovely.
perfect.
All
But
right.
Zenachu, it's your turn, and you're not grappled. You've merely... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. She hit you, so now you do have to make a Constitution saving throw to see if you get paralyzed or not.
Okay. 7.
You're paralyzed again. She's got you. She hits you, and she grabs you, and she's like, no, you're coming with me.
But my girlfriend.
All right, Terry, it's your turn.
Oh, folks, I got some spell slots left. What's a smart thing to do? Help me out.
Damage.
Damage? I can do damage.
Yeah, I suggest someone hit Mother at least once.
Is there, if anyone has a way to stun Mother, does that mean that she drops whatever she's grappling?
It's like a magical hold that comes across
Better
you.
to just pile on some damage.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost at the second level.
Oh.
Here. Let's see. I just do it at the first level here. So that's 2d8. Here we go.
All right.
And do I have to do an attack roll for that?
Yeah, you'd have to do an attack roll.
Are you using D&D Beyond?
I'm not using D&D Beyond.
Oh, so
What?
if there's a save, it would be your spell save.
Oh, okay. Well then,
your save DC.
my save DC would be 15 then.
If there's
All right.
a save.
If there is a save, it doesn't say there's a.
I'm going to look up Ray of Frost. It's easy enough to Google.
Yeah, frigid beam of blue light streaks towards creature within range. Make a range. Oh, so it just says there. Make a ranged spell attack. So here we go.
Ah,
Thank you.
There we go. And because this counts, I'm going to use my other portent, which is an 18. Say I
Oh, you
rolled an
definitely
18.
hit.
Excellent.
You
There
definitely
you go.
hit. You hit Mother right in the back.
Marvelous. For a 2d8 here. Here we
All
go.
right. Roll well.
I hope so. Oh, no! Why? That's an 8 cumulative damage.
All right. I mean, that's not bad. Mother
Yeah.
screams. It sounds like the wind whipping over you and getting into all of the nooks and crannies. It makes you really uncomfortable. It's awful. Tobister, it's your go.
I pull another torch and catapult it.
All right. I gotta make a dex saving throw.
Yes.
Ooh. I got a 14.
It misses.
Whoosh. Crane, it's your go.
Okay, this is first off, I forgot that Cure Wounds actually adds my spellcasting ability modifier, so I'm at 16
Ooh.
health,
Excellent.
HP. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on Mother as a second level spell.
All right.
So that will add one dice to its damage if it hits.
All right.
Please. Does a 23 hit?
Absolutely.
I hit for 5d6.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's a lot.
When did clerics get magic missile?
Oh, this isn't Magic Missile. Okay. 10. 20 damage.
20 damage. Mother is extremely hurt. Mother sags. Mother is trying to basically make away with Zenachu using her magic, and she stumbles instead and collapses onto the ground and hisses at you. Crane, she's gonna try to talk to your. She's gonna try to get inside your head. I don't know why I rolled for that. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
I'm good at these.
I am too.
Oh, 9.
9. All right. So with that, you were talking. I've got all of this written down. I was quite good about asking about all of your biggest fears, and I guess maybe it's not. She looks at you and she says, there is a certain honor, I suppose, in being the logarithms guy.
Hey, no,
like
there
you always
isn't.
wanted.
That's why I'm doing it.
But is it why you're doing it?
For
Is
penance?
it? But don't you really just want to do it to make sure you know that there is meaning and there is anything that is important and that matters?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a tool. It's a valuable tool.
Got to pull up your Twitter quickly. Because I was like, I don't need to take notes on that because it's on Twitter.
Yeah.
And she's gonna throw the book at you. She's into your head, and she's gonna throw the book at you, and she's gonna show you all sorts of things that you don't like.
Oh.
A burning temple of Ogma. A friend of yours who's been struck down in battle. A book scattered in a ditch, and its knowledge lost.
Oh.
And she's gonna show you a great big emptiness. A vast nothingness. And she's going to say, this is what life is if you concern yourself with things that are too impure, that are too uppity, that are too much. Have you considered embracing the simplicity? There can be no meaning unless you ascribe it. There can be no knowledge, and all knowledge will fail anyhow. It will all become darkness and whispers and rumors. It will all go away. And where will you have been? what will you have done? Nothing. But I can show you purpose. And then she's going to try to attack you.
Fair. AC 19.
She doesn't hit you.
Oh, the first time. Okay.
All right, Zenachu, it's your go. She's ignoring you now.
So, am I still grappled?
You are still paralyzed, so you have to break out of it.
Con roll. 13?
That will break you out of it. You're free.
Great. What Zenachu does is tries to make some space, kind of stumbling a bit, trying to make some space between the two of them, and does a vicious mockery. That's a wisdom save of 15
All
for
right.
the mother.
I gotta go back to mom's stats. All right. Da-da-da-da. Oh, they have bad wisdom. We'll see what I roll. Oh! She rolls a 16, thank God, because she gets a +0 to wisdom.
Okay, so
Sorry, Matt.
no damage, but that doesn't mean that everyone here does not hear Zenachu just babbling on about how hot her girlfriend is and how she's so much better than you. She's in a total other plane far away from here. You can't meet her, but she's so great.
Is
She's
it
kind of doing that.
girlfriend or fiance?
Well, we've been promised to each other that there's a pact, yes. But I'm 18. We're girlfriends.
That's a lot to unpack, I think.
Yeah.
Mother is too busy trying to tempt Crane, because she's pretty desperate at this point. Terry, it's your go. She's distracted, I would say. You can get her.
All right. So Terry's still haunted by the fact that there could have been a better way to do this. Well, cast magic missile at 2nd level here.
Oh. Roll me some damage.
Will do. That is, hey, that's at 2nd level.
Oh no, Andy's cutting out.
Andy, what was your damage?
Oh no.
Yes, you're back. What was
15
your
damage.
damage?
15.
15
damage.
Yes, which is more hit points than she has, so mother dies.
Yes!
You zap mother? You magic missile her?
1,000 years of the Feywild.
Yeah. And she dies, and then as she dies, suddenly the magic disappears and the moss wilts, and you're sitting back in in that living or in that bedroom, and the hearth is still disfigured, but now there's dead moss hanging off it and stuff, and you have been taken back, and the ring is in the fireplace. It's just in the fireplace now.
And she
Terry
has nice
snatches that
eyes, and she smells a little bit of wolfsbane, and her cheeks get so rosy sometimes. She's just so cute.
Just.
Just pointing down at the fireplace. And another thing.
Terry snatches
right.
up that ring like nobody's business.
You have a very hefty platinum ring, which is good because your boss needs some platinum.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And with very little problem now, because the supernatural threat that's been plaguing the village is now extinguished. You make your way back through this creepy, horrible, abandoned village, and you get back to your driver, who is reading a book and eating a sandwich and has his feet up and has been fine this whole time because he didn't sign up to be menaced by anything, so he's going to be okay.
Yeah. Okay, here's the other half now, and then now we'll do the half of up front to get us to Candlekeep.
Yeah, excellent.
And,
well, he's been hired on contract, but
I
tips are
don't pay you
appreciated.
any money then.
No.
Zenachu takes the brew that she left for him for herself again and is just chugging it.
No.
Does-
Perfect.
Do we
go
just
ahead.
like rock on up to the cart? Like we've been gone for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we just come back and we're like, oh, bloodied and bruised and exhausted.
Covered in bug guts.
Yeah.
All told, I'm going to say you've been gone about 3.5 hours.
Okay, good, good.
Enough time to make it back for open mic night.
Absolutely. Tonight is amateur samba night. You're going to be learning. It's samba, and then it's open mic poetry reading, and then you know, things can get wild at the hearth.
Oh yeah, no, I've got some
Thursday
pieces that I was really looking forward to slamming.
I mean, they tell you that, but it's nothing compared to what you see in Waterdeep.
Terry
Excellent.
walks up. Am I still coming in? Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you can cut. You can do
Okay.
whatever you want.
Okay, good. I just wanted to go cutting it out. But at night, he sees Randall Keith. He's Randall at the tables there. Kinesiology friends. He walks up. Sir, I just wanted to say, even though you were putting me in constant danger, it really meant something to me that you upon me, and I just want you to have this. And the platinum to Randall Keith.
Oh, thanks, man. Wow, that is a lot more platinum than I need, but I'll give it to our blacksmith here. There's tons of people that have been promoted to medium reader and no one's gotten a ring. But you know what? Once I think I turn in enough platinum to get me my medium reader ring and everybody else their medium reader rings, you know what I think they're going to do for you, Terry?
What?
They're going to thank you for making so many medium reader rings, and maybe I'll get promoted to extra medium reader. But I put in a good, don't worry, I gave detailed notes to Franca, my replacement, and I told her all about you and stuff like that, so I made sure she got a full briefing on how capable you are, and I'm so glad I did. We had a long meeting today, so I've told her all about your special skill set and what you can do, and how just, if anything needs to be done, if a monster needs to be slain, if platinum needs to be retrieved, you're the gnome for it. Terry, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And in the background of that, because this is happening at the hearth, right?
Oh, yeah.
Zenachu has gotten up because it's poetry time. And she's doing kind of off-the-cuff beat poetry. Not erotic, but like on the road that way about her girlfriend. And she got a 13 for charisma, so people are like kind of feeling the emotions, but are kind of put off.
There's a lot of awkward clapping when you're done.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't bad, but it's not something anyone wants to hear again in a public room.
Yeah.
Like, it's more like a private thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was very visual, somebody tells you as you come off the stage.
Yeah.
I remember
you,
somebody...
Tobister.
That was very biological. I remember a comment being at one poetry night.
Nice.
Tobister, it's a party. Terry's been doing good. Zenachu's doing good. Tobister, what are you doing?
Woo! 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 And then after the poetry, it shifts over to karaoke. And that is my time. My time
All
to
right.
shine.
Make me a charisma check.
My time is an 11.
But
So
everyone's
better
really
than
drunk.
before.
You know what? You know what? Make me a charisma check with advantage. Because you know what? You've had a busy day and you're feeling good.
20.
20. Natural 20?
No.
Oh. Well, what song do you want to sing?
Rolling in the deep?
I'll come back to you. I'll give you a chance to think about what song you're going to sing. Crane, what's going on with you?
Oh, I was just going to hit the open mic night. I had a piece I was working on earlier.
Oh, excellent. Roll me a whatever performance check you want to use.
I was
Charisma,
going to use
anything
my
else.
channel divinity knowledge of the ages to gain proficiency with performance.
Oh, excellent.
17.
17. Tell me about this wonderful success of this piece you've been working on.
Oh, it's just like... what is it? Byron's Dark Star?
Oh.
Lord Byron.
Yeah. Whereas Tobister is all meatloaf. Going straight bad out of
Darkness. Darkness by Lord Byron. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Tobister, you are the last person of the night, because after that the band knows that they are not. No one's going to do anything better than that, because you get people dancing, you get people singing, people are standing up on tables and clapping and hollering along. People are having a great time, and it is amazing. Full cheering section, and the sun goes down on Candlekeep. And there is no longer a deep and creeping darkness, merely a deep and creeping hangover. Thank you so much. Stay tuned next week for more fun.